what's up, everybody? It's the Bat Fry, Kenny Fry, Cowboy Dave, and introducing today, special guest we'll be talking to in a little bit here, Antonio Laugginger from American Excellence Wrestling. So we're going to talk to Antonio, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and hit up a Clash at the Castle post-show, and whatever else, comes our way. So we're going to hit that and much, much more. We will be right back in 42 seconds. It's fight night! What's up, Atomic Drop wrestling fans? It's the Atomic Drop podcast here with your host, the Bat Fry, Kenny Fry, my boy, Cowboy
The
Dave, the showstopper.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
And of course, Antonio Laugginger from American Excellent Wrestling, AXW in the house. What's up, Antonio? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Atomic Drop Podcast, folks? What's going on, XW Nation?
Fantastic stuff. So you know what? We're not going to mess around, right, Dave? We're going to go ahead and kick off the question, Antonio, if you don't mind, buddy. We're going to go ahead and throw some fireballs at you here, see what's going on. We got a comment here real quick before we kick this off.
I'm sure Antonio is ready for us to be asking him questions, so let me tell you.
We're going to throw some real heaters your way, brother.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, we have Eileen checking in. What's up, Eileen?
Eileen's our number one fan, Antonio. You'll understand that. She's our number one fan, so she's always coming in and saying hi, so we love her.
Eileen's always checking in. We love Eileen. All right, so I'm going to throw out the first question here, Antonio. If you guys don't know already, Antonio is the co-owner of American Excellence Wrestling, AXW, here in Pennsylvania. Well, real quick, I have to throw off the top of my head here. Do you guys travel outside of Pennsylvania anywhere, or is it just mainly Eastern PA? Can you hear me, Antonio? Can you hear me, Antonio?
You know, it's a bit of a lag. I don't know if it's on, because I'm on iPhone, so I don't know if it's. But I think I heard you say, do we travel outside of Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
yes.
or are you just stationed in one spot?
Yeah. So basically, we're stationed in Pennsylvania, towards more up Orangeburg, Hamburg. We used to run in Hamburg, and then hey, do your homework, Google, find out why we're not running in Hamburg. Not our fault. Well, we packed it up, moved up the road, and started kicking off the year with a good show in March, and everything's been rolling ever since. We've actually done a show over the bridge in Jersey once, down at the famous Monster Factory, and we brought it right back to PA. Right now, our main focus is just bringing quality wrestling back to Pennsylvania.
Very nice.
And I tell you, I love American Excellence Wrestling. I've been to two, since you've been in Orangeburg, I've been to 2 of your 3 shows.
Nice.
Absolutely love it. You know, it's good. It's good, wholesome fun, great wrestling. You know, the athletes there are tremendous, and I can't wait to continue going to these shows here in Orangeburg. And for those that don't know, the Hamburg Fieldhouse is historic for professional wrestling. WWF used to be there all the time back in the day, 70s and 80s.
Yes.
And for you wrestling fans out there, that's where the famous Rowdy Piper, Jimmy Snuka Coconut at Piper's Pit was filmed, was right there at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. And so a lot of history there. So a lot of history, and hopefully they open it up to one day back to professional wrestling.
We hope.
We'll see what happens.
We hope. Just to add, just 2 more Easter eggs to add to what you just said to the history there. Mm-hmm. Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Body Slam, before WrestleMania happened in that building. Wait,
wow.
Going back to you extreme fans on this podcast chiming in, you know what that means. ECW, right?
Yes.
Oh, I love ECW. Who didn't?
Absolutely.
Sabu versus Cactus Jack and their famous match in the Hamburg Fieldhouse when Cactus Jack took that bottle and tried to whack it over Sabu's head all those times, or was it the vice versa? It might have been Sabu doing it to Cactus Jack, but you know what I'm talking about. That actually happened at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. And one more thing, I give it right back to you, is those lights that was hanging in that arena, they were put in and installed by Vince McMahon Sr. So it goes
Wow.
way back before they even started taping there.
Absolutely historic place. Historic place. Huge in history with WWF, and unbelievable. It's amazing that they even after WWF stopped going there, got too big basically for the Hamburg Fieldhouse, that they were still hosting wrestling events there.
Right.
But it's awesome that they were.
ECW ran in there, and in the 90s, 95, 96, they did a pay-per-view November to Remember 95. And correct myself going back, it was Sabu trying to break the bottle over Cactus Jack head. And yes,
great.
yes. And that was November to Remember night 1. They did 2 nights. They did the first film in night 1. Night 2 they did down at the ECW arena. And and a lot of various indie promotion companies as well ran in that building. Just overall, that building has a lot of wrestling history in it, and it's just, we hope to get it back one day. So
that's awesome. That's good stuff right there. I mean, I'm sure great memories of the building and everything. My question to you is,
Paul?
Hey,
Nice
but
to
there
meet
he is,
you.
the man himself.
Come be a part of the AXW Nation too. Come join our family as well. Tickets will inbox me if you can make it.
Well, my question to you is, Antonio, how long has ACW been around?
How long has AXW been around, David?
How long has AXW been around?
So idea was created from Jared Strunk and his friend. Hey, you want to start a wrestling promotion? Okay, how do we go about doing it? Well, the birth of AXW came, and I'm telling you the short summary version of this, and a couple of business partners in between before I got on board. And we're talking about 7-8 years time frame around then. So about 7-8 years old now.
Oh wow!
And my second question is,
the first show was they did a big show at the Hamburg Fieldhouse, and Low-Key was on the card.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Yeah.
Do you do shows? Do you do shows once a month, or is it like?
In his ear.
Do you guys do show once a month? Do shows once a month?
Jerry Lawler performed with American Excellence Wrestling in that building. Sandman, Raven, Al Snow, Homicide, Ace Austin. Recently Hikuleo, might show up in the Bloodline any day now. He was in that arena for us. David Finley, leader of the Bullet Club, throw him up, too sweet. He was in the field house, and a lot of names been in that field house, man, and been with American Excellence Wrestling, and we're just gonna keep on moving and bring in more names for you guys.
Love it.
Good stuff.
Love it.
Like Dave was asking, once a month, you guys are running shows, right? That's what I've noticed anyway.
Yeah, once a month. I do have our dates there for the rest of the year. We got June 22nd, next Saturday. Tickets are on sale, axwtix.com. Or if you want to join the family and have a good time, enjoy a free show on me, shoot me an inbox after tonight's show. And then we have July 20th. Then we're going to take it to Tony Deppen with the Brewery Festival at Pottsville. And that's on July 27th. That's the Pilgaroo Brewery Festival in Pottsville, July 27th. And then we have July 27th, August 17th. Then we have September 14th, December 12th, November 11th, and December 7th. Those are the rest of our dates for the rest of the year. So, and I'm really pumped about it for next Saturday.
I so want to get to one of your shows one of these days.
Let me know. I would love to have you as my guest.
I would love to come see one of your shows one of these times, because I'm a little farther from where Ken is, but I would love to see one of those shows. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, Dave's based down in Philly. He said he'd like to get up to see one of your shows. So one day, Dave, take a field trip.
Dave, I'm a Cowboys fan. Let's go.
My man.
Let's do this.
Nice. Absolutely.
So Antonio, were you a wrestling fan growing up as a kid? Like, when did your wrestling fandom start? Like, when did that all start for you?
I'm deep down here, memory lane. I love wrestling. My fiance, my wife to be, that's my first love. second love, wrestling. Today. I love my fiance, man. She means the world to me. Biggest supporter, man. But I started watching wrestling. My grandmother used to take me down to the shows and at the Spectrum.
Okay.
And my fondest, earliest memory would be just laying around watching it with her. I don't remember the shows I went to at the Spectrum. I was too young. We're going back to I was like 3 or 4. So wrestling has always been a part of my life. My favorite is WrestleMania 3 was my favorite pay-per-view show, PLE, whatever you want to call it nowadays. I love that show. I watched it over and over and over and over and over again until I got it as a gift. I have the original copy. It's on my bookshelf,
Wow.
I learned a lot from that pay-per-view. Very entertaining, good, solid card show, a good heel versus face show. It was really good. Favorite match from there, I'm probably going to hit me with it, is Macho Man and the Dragon, man.
I knew you were going to say that. I called that. I knew you were going to say that.
I study a lot from old school. I'm old school heart, man. I do tune in here and there to what's going on today just to keep up with conversations out and about. But, hey, you talk old school 80s, 90s with me, I'll talk yours off all day long. Yeah, man, it's been always around. A lot of stuff I talk about, reference, hey, shut your mouth over there. Know your rules, jabroni. I don't love it. A couple other profanity stuff that DX used to do. I'm not going to use it on this podcast right now, but you know what I'm talking about.
We do.
Yeah, man, I can go on why I love wrestling and how much it's been in my life. So.
Well, that Macho Man Ricky Steamboat match is one of the greatest of all time. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. And everybody remembers that for the Hogan, Andre body slam, all that stuff. Hulk Hogan.
It's the mid card, man. It's the mid card. And me, when I tune in, the main event, yes, that's what's going to put the butts in seats. I always believed in the mid card stuff, man, because that's going to take you to your main event. If you have what word I'm looking for, a boring mid card, I mean, who's going to want to stick around for the main event?
That's a great point.
2-hour bathroom break before the third hour,
And you know what, Antonio? It's funny that you say that. I brought this up in our the Atomic Drop group chat that we have about a Ricochet potentially leaving WWE.
Yes.
And the guys, I said not everybody is a main event guy. Not everybody's going to go for the world title. There's only certain guys that are those your guys. So, but you need those mid card guys to make a show. I said, without those mid-card guys, you have no show. It warms the people up for that main event. I said, and sometimes those are the best matches of the whole night. Are those mid-card matches?
That is your body. That your mid-carders is your heart, your chest, your liver, your stomach. That's your body. Your opener is your legs, your feet. Your main event is your head, and from shoulder and above. You know what I mean? And like that's really important, man. I stress, I work so hard just to make sure my mid-card stuff is on point, sharp, entertaining, and keep your butts in the seat for the main event ride.
Absolutely.
I know you know this question. I know you know this question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How long?
I can't hear Dave, so could you let me know what he...
Yep, Dave, I'll translate. Go ahead, Dave. What are you going to ask him? And I'll shoot it out over to him.
A mid-card match. How long it really is a mid-card match? How long is it really supposed to go, like time-wise?
Dave wants to know, how long does a mid-card match usually go for, like time-wise? How much would you give a mid-card match? Like usually your main event are the longer type matches, your mid-card matches.
Yeah, I'll break it down. So let's say a regular show for me, right? My opener, depending on who it is, it could be anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes, right? 6 to 8 minutes. Now, if it's like a fatal four-way, it's fire, with some hot guys, Ichiban, Dustin Waller, Brando Lee, Jada Newman, Jared Diaz, guys like that can just kill it, entertain you guys, work the crowd for 15 minutes. I'll give them 15 minutes, But usually a typical singles match, 6-8 minutes. If it's a big story involved, we'll go from 10 minutes for that. Your semi-main, I usually let it go for 15. And my main, I usually do between 20 to 25. I don't believe in, what do you want to call it, indie mania. I don't want to keep nobody there no longer than 2.5 hours if I can, and because, hey, we all lose our attention span. We all lose and get distracted and who wants to sit through a rough show? So,
Just-
you know,
Good point.
that's the way I kind of time my show out. And I have my producer, Dennis, Brandu. He's my producer, our right-hand man. And he pretty much was like, yo, Antonio, yo, Jared, this match is good. You want to let it run? Yeah, give him extra 2 minutes. Hey, that
Nice.
8 minute, now 10 minute. Hey, this match, take it home. Let's go. We're taking home. That's a 6 minute match, It all
Yeah.
depends on how we try to base it off of you guys, the fans. Your feelings. Are you invested in it? Are you eyes locked in on that ring, or are you on your phone? If I see you're on your phone, hey, let's go. Let's wrap this up. And that's pretty much how we run our shows. So
Love it.
Well, then that's what I noticed. That last show I was at, I did see you there. I didn't want to bother you. You look like you're pretty busy. You're moving around a good bit.
Never,
Eh.
Ken, you guys are never bothered. Any of you guys out there, the XW Nation, I call you that because it's family. You guys are family. You guys are actually the real heart of our company. Without you guys, we do not live. I mean, that's just being honest here, And I call you guys the XW Nation. WWE's got their universe. Nation's stronger, right?
Absolutely,
But
Nation's
never
like the Raider
bother.
Nation.
Never bother. Come say hi, get a picture, pull me to a side. I always love to get your guys' advice, feedback. Never a problem. Just just pull me in, So,
But some feedback that I have, get more Andy Header. So Andy. So if you didn't know this, or you probably don't, but I actually grew up with Andy Header. I'm from Pottsville, and Andy and I, we used to live really close to each other. He's a couple of years younger than I am, but we used to always wrestle at my house. Oh, we were always wrestling. Andy was always so little, so we tossed him around, and he could take it.
oh
He was
yeah,
like
he still can.
The dude was like a rubber band, when he's a little kid. We used to call him like the Tasmanian devil because he was just insane. The dude was, just nuts. Always go, 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 go. And love Andy Header. Love Andy Header. He's the man. He's the beast.
Andy Header is a gem.
Absolutely.
You need an Andy Header on your show. You do. I can talk 4 whole, 5 whole, 7 whole days of how great and good Andy Header is. He loves to wrestle.
Yes.
Anybody, anywhere, any place, he just loves to wrestle. Andy, if you're listening, I really do appreciate all that you do for us.
I tried getting Andy on here a couple times. It just we keep falling, not lining up. So I'm still gonna keep trying because Andy Header's my boy. I like Andy Header.
You got to get Andy Header out in public, man. Whenever I say Andy, I need an Andy Header promo. I get it right in person. That's a hint for you. So try to get him in person.
Well, he's a delivery man for I don't know, Coke or Pepsi, one of the two. I can never remember because I get confused.
He is a vendor for Pepsi.
And so I would see him at the local supermarket, like because I work night shift. He'd be there, delivering a soda. I'm like, hey, what's up, Andy? Hey, Ken, what's up? That's the only time I ever see him. So I'm gonna have to look for him, though. And it was great to see his mom there this last show. I haven't seen his mom in a long time, so it's great seeing her. She's looking great. So.
And he's got a big match coming up next Saturday. He's part of the Opportunity Battle Royal. The winner of that match gets a title shot anywhere, anytime, any place they want. It's kind of like the Money in the Bank almost stipulation. And hey, Andy, hope you win.
Absolutely. Well, and so if you bring that up, I do have the list of the matches to run down. We'll go ahead and we'll go through that if that's all right with you.
Let's do it, man. So
we have the Opportunity Battle Royal. First off, I want to ask who came up with that concept. I never heard anything like that. If you want to go over the rules here real quick, it sounds really, really cool.
Yes, I actually came up with that. I've helped out several Battle Royals here in the Indies, and I like a nice organized match.
Yeah.
And you can just throw a bunch of guys in the ring, let them go at it, kind of confusing. Let's break it down a little. So we're going to start off with 4 competitors. Random. Okay. We don't know who they are. They're going to go out there, battle it out. 2 minutes, buzzer. Another 4 or 5 competitors come. I just told you maybe 4 or 5. So there may be 1 or 2 extras in there. Exactly.
Right.
I got a little bit. Hey,
I caught you.
20. Hey, they're giving us more. Hey, we all love more, right? Let's
more is good.
Let's supersize that match. But yeah, man. So every 2 minutes, another group of competitors come in. They go at it. Last 2 standing will have a 101 pinfall submission. That winner is gets the opportunity to cash in on the ultimate prize, and that's the XW Championship.
So is that over the top rope?
Yeah, so
Okay.
so over the top rope until the last two are in the ring.
Then it's a regular
you duke
match.
it out and go to battle, pinfall or submission.
I love that. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So I spice it in. I throw in the oregano, the crushed red peppers, the Battle Royal from WWE, the Battle Casino from AEW, the Royal Rumble from 92 and 93. Throw it in the blender and boom, there you go. That's the match.
That's some real, like, here out of the box sports. That's an out of the box thinker right there. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And then
that's a match that I would love to see. Are you kidding?
Because we know how long that match is going to be. Every 2 minutes. So we can project it. And we make sure that match does not go over and does not stretch out to be an hour match. So.
Nice.
Well, and the thing with that is, like every 2 minutes when you have the new competitors come in, whether it be 4 or more, it's almost like a new match starting. So you could basically base it off of that too. That's pretty awesome. I really like that. I like that.
Some tag teams thrown in there. So, but we all know Battle Royal style. Every man for themselves.
Absolutely. So some of the competitors, well, actually all the competitors that are going to be in it. Lance Anoa'i, I have a hard time saying that last name. Anawai. I was trying to tell my dad about it.
Anawani.
All of us do.
And so he's a Samoan, right? He's part of that lineage, that bloodline.
Yes.
He's fantastic. I seen him at your first show at Orgsburg. He was remarkable there.
Him and Sean Carr, man, that was good.
They were really, really good. Leo Sparrow, that's one of our favorites. My daughter, that's one of her favorites for stupid teenage girl reasons, whatever that is. I'm not going to get into it, but I like Leo Sparrow because he's just awesome. The son of the sun, baby. Let's go.
Yes, the king of the cow. Let's go.
The king of kale. There it is. Tommy Vex.
Yes. Boo.
Eric Martin.
Yeah.
Colton Charles.
Yes. Hey, you know the dance? The Colton Charles dance?
Oh, yeah.
That's our boy.
I worked up a sweat the last show doing that. The last time you guys were in Orgersburg, I worked up a sweat doing that. He was awesome. He did that. I think was it him and somebody else did that crazy spot with the ladder. I can't remember.
Yeah, that was O'Shea Edwards and Colton Charles.
That spot with the ladder was awesome. It was awesome. That whole match at the end there was insane. It was fantastic. It was an 8-man tag, right? It was an 8-man tag.
10-man tag.
10-man tag. Yes, I'm trying to think of two tag teams plus a singles guy.
Yeah,
you had Matt Quay and the two tag teams. Yeah.
Yep.
So Jay Haru, Marvelous.
Yes.
El Magnifico.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
O'Shea Edwards, we just mentioned here.
He's a bad man.
The world famous cheeseburger. I have no idea who that is.
Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor guy, man.
Ring of Honor.
School Ring of Honor. He runs the dojo and trains a lot of the stars you see on television, man.
That's awesome. I seen that name. It's like I want that name as my wrestling name, world famous cheeseburger. I mean, I could be world famous French fry. I'm telling you,
that would fit you perfectly. Right. Are you kidding?
Hell, MSG, Mike Z, our boy Serious Business, Andy Header. Our boy again, Joe Clean. He's your autism champion, right? Still?
Hey, Joe Clean on the start today.
Joe Clean. Love it.
LSG,
yes.
Murmur, and then that's what we have announced so far. That's what I at least have written down. So
okay. Murmur, he is a true inspiration. Really is, man. He's part of the MCW crew down there in Maryland. So you Maryland folks, you recognize him. We had to bring him in. You already know why. He's a heck of a good talent. LSG, MSG, Colton Charles, MSG. I said MSG. And GKM. A lot of initials there, man. Asian Space Academy. That group is just all phenomenal.
They are good.
Yeah, you're really good people, man. And LSG is one of the trainers for Wrestle Pro, along with Sean Donovan. And Leo Sparrow came from the same school as the Acclaim,
nice.
And MJF in the same
Maxwell.
School. Yeah.
Maxwell.
A lot of good talents coming from a lot of different places, man.
And that's
So
it's like so Leo Sparrow, he gets a lot of travel time. So I mean, I'm surprised how much he wrestles. I just started following. I didn't realize he had a Facebook page. I started following his Facebook page, and he's always putting shows out there. The dude is up and down the East Coast, pretty
Oh
much.
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
oh yeah, Leo's all over, man. A lot of these talents are all over. O'Shea comes from Georgia.
Oh wow.
Sean Legacy comes from Georgia as well. We had Derek New. He came from down there in the South, Tennessee, and down that way. Kentucky. Jada Newman area. A lot of these guys. Richard Howdy coming from Connecticut.
Rarefied
Justin
air.
Waller. We're going to be bringing guys in soon from the West Coast as well. So buckle up.
Awesome. That's awesome. Dave, you're going to ask a question, buddy?
yeah, Antonio, real quick, on our average show, what's your crowd? What's your crowd look like? Like what's your average number of a crowd for an average show?
Dave asked, "What is your average attendance at the shows?" So you think a guesstimate?
Man, it's tough because we just started running shows in Norrisburg, right?
Right.
I think Ken, you're probably at the first one in March.
Yep.
What do we had about 300-400 somewhere around there probably.
And I'll tell you what, it's not a very big place. It's a gym basically, and it was packed. It was packed.
Yeah. We pack it in there. I'm just gonna roughly throw out 300-400. Field house. We would do 350, 700 range depending on like season. Like right now it's vacation time.
Right. Right.
Once kids go back to school, it's like, what do we do? Well, we're taking them to whatever shows around. Our attendance is bigger during that time, and it's just like it's like a roller coaster. March show was up there. April show was okay. We still got fans. We did our thing. The last show, May, it was a good attendance. It was a fun energy throughout the whole show. It's like you can have a place full of great positive energy with 200 people. If your fans are invested in your show, those fans would make it seem like there's 1,000 people in that arena.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it all depends on crowd. Crowd noise, how much they're into it. Then you get all those chants happening and stuff like that, and it's just it's so much different. Like you could have 1,000 people there, but if they're sitting on their hands or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But if you have 200-300, even 150, 100 people, if they're into it,
they're making noises. I mean, hey, they're gonna make it seem like there's 1,000 people sitting there.
That's great. I love it.
So back to the card for June 22nd, which is summer vacation. Your next event here in Orangeburg, the tag team championship. The champs, the Golden Era. They're awesome. They're really good. That's Brett Waters and Brian Morris versus Miracle Generation, Dustin Hiller and Kylon King.
Yeah, Justin Waller and Kylon King. Yes. So they're man. I'm so excited. It's just really good talent. If you chimed in the last show during that Fatal 4-Way, you saw Dustin Waller and you saw exactly what he did. He went in there, kicked butt, got the W. Now he's bringing his tag team partner in. And hey, if they steal the belts from the Golden Era, they steal the belts. And it basically was, we're trying to bring the best competition to AXW. And that's what they are right now. They are the current IWTV tag team champions. They're tag team champions throughout a couple other promotions. We're going to put them up against our two best guys.
Love it.
And the Golden Era they are awesome. They are phenomenal. Those guys.
Yes.
They do a hell of a job in the ring and outside the ring. And it's funny, the first show that I went to back in March, I seen a lot of Golden Era T-shirts. And to be honest with you, I'm like Golden Era, like because some of the people I were wearing were older folk. I'm like, oh, they must be talking about like older times or something. But then I seen the Golden Era wrestlers, like, oh, they're talking about the Golden Era. I know who they're talking about now. It's some good stuff there.
Yeah, Golden Era. They're students from Monster Factory. Once again, famous Monster Factory. Somewhere we get students from them, students from Wrestle Pro, students from Creative Pro. But yeah, man, Golden Era. You want to be on their good side, not their bad side.
Speaking of being on somebody's good side, on Recharge. So those of you that don't know, there's a pre-show before the main card. Your pre-show is Recharge, which is free to access across all
Yes.
the social media platforms. So one of the matches on there, Security Inc. versus Nice and Smooth. I'll tell you what, Security Inc. are a bunch of badasses. Those dude, the last show I was at, they were awesome. That actually, I missed the first match. I missed my boy Andy Header wrestle because I don't remember where we were. I hustled back and we got to the show, but we just missed Andy wrestle, and I got to see Security Inc. wrestle, and they were awesome. They were fantastic. Yes. They were brutal. They were savage. I loved every second of it. I love Security Inc. I'm a Security Inc. fan now.
That's awesome, man.
They're taking on Nice and Smooth.
Yeah, Nice and Smooth. Security Inc. They like to point out the criminals and lock them up. And that's what they do. So Nice and Smooth. Are they criminals? Smooth criminals? Michael Jackson? Hey,
there you go. There you go. Love it.
Who knows what dirty tricks they have up their sleeve?
And so they better watch themselves, so they're going to find some swift justice right there. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah. I would believe it if Officer Ronnie Moses said, "Big Boss Man is my uncle." I would definitely believe it.
Absolutely, 100%. There has to be some sort of blood there.
Right there.
Good old Big Bubba Rogers.
So you also have Twitch versus Bones. I'm not too sure. I think I've seen Twitch wrestle, but I'm not sure about Bones. I'm terrible with names.
So Twitch, if you saw him wrestle, another Monster Factory student, just like Damian Priest, our current WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes,
he's a Monster Factory student as well. Twitch, you just got to come out and see Twitch, man. That's all I can say, man. That guy is also full of all kinds of good tricks. And Bones, he's a student from House of Glory.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
So I'm trying to bring in some folks from House of Glory as well into our promotion, mix it in a little bit. Bones, let's say he is your voodoo. He is your Papa Shango.
Yeah, is he your Papa Shango? I was just thinking that when you said that.
Very spooky, man. So
I'll tell you what.
Of Freddy Cougar, still come and enjoy the show.
Well, when I was a little guy, a small fry, I was a big Ultimate Warrior fan, and the one wrestler that scared the hell out of me was Papa Shango. He'd make people like, their stomachs hurt and vomit. He used to scare the hell out of me, Papa Shango. But now that's my nickname for my dad.
AKA Kama, right? There you go.
Yeah. AKA Kama, AKA, the Ho Train and all that good stuff.
The Undertaker himself scared me as a kid. I have a funny Undertaker story.
Really?
My dad tells
wow.
Better than I do. But, remember Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, Hell in a Cell match.
Yes, 97.
I think it was Hell in a Cell casket.
1997.
Made his debut.
1997, David saying?
Yep, exactly. And, Kane came out, Undertaker's in the coffin, they lock it up, they light it on fire. Here I am crying, going upstairs to my parents' room. They killed Undertaker! They killed him! I'm crying, I'm shocked. He scared me, but I liked him at the same time, And then a couple weeks later, he's alive! He's alive! Yeah, and then oh man, gotta love wrestling, storytelling, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so Undertaker used to spook me out when I was a kid.
Well, especially that original Undertaker, man. When he first came in, he was terrifying. The pale face and just like the slow walk, and like as Gorilla Monsoon would say, he's impervious to pain. So
yes.
I mean, it was dude was scary.
Did you take? Did you know Taker when he was Mean Mark?
Eyes locked into the screen.
Yeah,
it wasn't scary, but you took him serious. Was Jake the Snake Roberts?
Absolutely, he was insane, Jake the Snake.
Did he know Taker when he was a Mean Mark?
Promos were phenomenal. They made you just lock right in just to hear what he had to say. He didn't spoke loud at all. And man, I took that guy serious.
Well, and Dave has a question real quick, but before we get to that, Jake the Snake, he always reminded me of like my dad when my dad was angry, but not angry enough to break the belt out, but angry enough to kind of like look at you, squint those eyes, and tell you that he's disappointed. That's how scary Jake the Snake was. But Dave wants to know. So that actually, it's a pretty good question. Being an indie guy, did you know the Undertaker before he was in there, like Mean Mark and all that stuff, Mark Calloway. Like, did you know? Like, obviously that you would have been a little kid, but like, were you aware of his indie work later in life?
Yeah,
As Mean Mark.
later in life, I was, when I started, I'm gonna say about 14, my dad would take me to indie shows.
Yeah.
And I remember my first indie show was PWF, Steve Carino,
Oh,
ECW
yes.
guy. I remember going to his shows, and I would see likes of AJ Styles, Mason Red, Briscoe Brothers, Homicide, Brian XL, the SATs, a lot of other good names, man. And I miss those shows. Man. I used to go a lot with my dad there, and that's when I was like, oh, so this is where they got their start. They rehearse, develop their name, character, and then I start to see them doing like tryout matches, in WWE and WCW or TNA and whatever it was, and that's when I was like, oh, so how does this work behind that curtain? And that's when it started for me, and I started like writing matches in my notebook instead of doing my schoolwork at school of matches I like to see. Raven with the leather jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Leather jacket Raven.
Right.
Rhino with an eye. We saw that in ECW, but I wanted to see it in WWF, and we did actually, or we could have done Simon Diamond versus Diamond Dallas Page or something. Like,
you're talking my language, bro.
That you wouldn't see, at that time, in life, and that's when I started to write wrestling, and I used to come home, play it on the video games, create the characters, play it on the video games.
There you go.
Yeah, man. So I was about 15 when I started to follow indie more, and I just enjoyed it, man. I love wrestling, all wrestling. So.
Wow.
Well, I think indie wrestling has gained a lot more popularity.
Yes.
With the internet.
It have.
Like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, Kevin Owens / Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn when he was El Generico and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like, you started hearing all these names before they even made it. Whereas like when we were teenagers, before the internet, all that stuff, you would never hear about those guys at all unless you actually got to physically see them. Yeah.
If you went to the local flea market and saw Gordo Monsoon, well, maybe not Gordo Monsoon, but Bruno Sammartino is doing a meet and greet, and on the card you had the Moondogs versus the Caveman or something, Wolfman, or
we're talking Moondog, Spot, and Rex. Are you kidding me?
Like,
come on now.
Wolfman. They're like, who? Wolfman. I don't know what you're talking about. But then those that knew who you're talking about, you were really excited to talk about that great match Wolfman had with the Moondogs.
Yeah,
Spot and Rex, Moondogs.
Going back to those magazines was helpful to educate you, the PWIs with the indies.
Yeah, and that's what they had before the internet. Is you had those wrestling magazines, and either that's what you were looking for, or you were looking for your main promotions. But for those hardcore wrestling fans, that's how they kept up with their indie stuff, was through those magazines, where it was like Wrestling Illustrated or whatever it was. So Dave, what was the Moondog? Who were the Moondogs?
Moondog Spot and Moondog Rex. There was two of them.
Spot and Rex, right?
Okay,
Dave's,
I know there's Wolfman. He worked for 3WA up at the flea market in Quakertown. So Wolfman, I'm just trying to think of names. The Glenn Osborne.
Oh wow.
Mr. Ooh La La. Good local indie workers. They're veterans now, but
nice.
And so you're out of the Allentown area, Antonio?
No. So I actually, you familiar with King of Prussia? That's where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You're 25 minutes from me.
So I went to the Quakertown Flea Market or Zern's there in Boyertown, or wherever I can find an indie show. I saw a flyer for a show at a pizza shop, and I was like, I want to go to that show.
Nice.
It's like when I was little, I don't remember ever going to any indie shows. I don't know if it's just they weren't in my area or what. The Hamburg Fieldhouse is right there, but still, That's only 20 minutes from me. But anyway, I remember when I was a little kid, my dad, maybe like 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. So the early 90s. My dad taking me up to Shamokin. Do you ever hear Shamokin? That's
Yes.
Shamokin High School. There was WWF was there, and I got to see Undertaker versus Yokozuna, and it was Men on the Mission, Mo, Oscar, and Mabel. I can't remember who they wrestled, but they were wrestling there. That's what I remember from then. But the first indie show I ever seen was Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling, and it was actually at the Ordsburg Memorial Hall. I guess I don't know what they call it, Veterans Hall or Memorial Hall now.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister. I just call Ordsburg or that venue up there.
So when I tell my dad, my dad's like, "Oh, where's the wrestling at?" I tell him it's at the Ordsburg Memorial Hall. Dad, I don't know if that's the actual name or not, but anyway, I went to see Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling there, and it was actually the first indie show I ever seen. It was awesome. I was probably 15, 16. I feel like I was 16. So I think I remember driving there. So I believe I was 16 years old, and it was just they put on a phenomenal show. I got to meet the Honky Tonk Man. He said some vulgar things to us, and that was it. I was like, all right, got a lifetime there. Like, I'll never forget that. So yeah. So no, the main event for your event there on June 22nd, you have the American Hammer, Mac Quay, U.S. Quay.
Nice.
Versus Goldie. So that's the main event. Mac Quay's, he's phenomenal. And I'll tell you again, not to keep harping on the past. Back in March, the first one that I seen there in Ordsburg, when his dad got involved in the championship match there, that was awesome. And didn't see it coming. I'm like, dude, that wrestler's attacking that guy in the audience, and like that has to be a relation somehow. And it turns out that was Mac Quay's dad. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Those guys sold it so well. It was every part of that was great.
Oh my gosh, man! Yeah, the Quay family, they're great folks, man. They love to have a good time if you're there and you know about that. And and what better story to tell, father and son,
Absolutely, it was hot. It was fire. And I'll tell you, Mac Quay's dad, he was into it. The dude was into it. He sold it. I believed every second of it. It's like, oh man, that dude is pissed.
Let me pull the curtain back for you there, for your folks tuning in. That came up while I was driving on the turnpike.
Gotcha.
I called up Matt Quay. I was like, yo, Matt, give me a call. Called me, call me back, and was like, what's up, man? I was like, hey, Dad want to get in the ring and take a bump? He goes, what do you got for him? I was like, well, blah, 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 and we made it happen, man. And
nice.
That's a little bit behind the scenes for you guys.
That was awesome. Like I said, the whole family was into it. It was fantastic.
I was shocked because we tell them, hey, blah blah and blah, and then all right, cool, we'll make sure that happens. And then sometimes they throw a curveball, but those curveballs can be in a big moment. And that was a big moment. I did not know Matt Quay's dad had that big punch to that he delivered to Tommy Vex. I was really shocked by that. I had no idea he was going to count the 3 for Matt Quay either. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was all
was Papa Quay, we call him, to be in that match.
That's awesome. That's the talking about pulling back the curtains. That wasn't planned at all. The dad counting that the 1, 2, 3, that wasn't planned.
I had no idea.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's
so
awesome.
We kind of tell the talent, this is where we want it to go.
Yeah.
Get it there.
Yep.
And leave it to them.
You give them the ingredients.
Why not?
Let them cook.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
That's what beautiful. They did back in ECW.
Yeah. Well, and so where I grew up at, I grew up in Pottsville. That's where I'm from. That's where I live. Roll Tide. But like there ECW. I heard of ECW, but I was never ever able to see ECW. Like it was never on TV where I was.
Yeah.
Same thing with WCW until the later years when WCW got big with the Monday Night Wars and stuff. Then we started getting TNT and TBS and all that good stuff. And that's how we started seeing WCW. But it was always WWF. So when I hear people talk about ECW, it's like I really don't know what the hell you're talking about because I didn't have an opportunity to see it besides like clips and stuff like that. And some of the wrestlers you knew were from ECW, but you never seen them wrestle until they were bought out.
Yeah. So
in fact, real quick, last week.
Oh my God!
Last week, I actually played softball against the
my folks. They were
Tim
watching TV in the living room, and I'm like, back then you didn't have TV and everything. And I'm like, man, can I go in your room and watch TV since you guys are down here? I don't want to watch Law and Order or whatever it was they were watching. And they're like, all right, well, till a certain time, whatever that time was. So I'm just cruising, I'm just flicking through the channels and I see wrestling. And I'm like, what's this? It's wrestling. I'm watching it. It was Bam Bam Bigelow and Rob Van Dam and when RVD got the belt. And,
I remember that.
That's a huge
man,
one.
it was so cool. That was my first ECW match I watched. And
Nice.
ever since then, I had to find it. I had to watch it. And, then we didn't have press a button on your remote and it tells you the guide of what shows are coming on at what time and stuff. You had the cable magazines, TV guys. And sometimes in there would just say local. Well, what's local? What's the show local, And going back to recording on VHS. So, my folks would record Raw if I wanted to watch WCW, vice versa. Hey, if you can find ECW for me, record it for me. And sometimes they did. Or my buddy of mine, and that's when I started tape trading, and stuff like that. And my came across a bootleg movie, Scary Movie 2.
There you go.
That's a good comedy movie, man.
That
was
is
my
good comedy.
first bootleg movie. It was in my friend's most wanted WWF most wanted or most unusual matches case. So I thought it was WWF. I opened it up, Scary Movie 2. What's this? Popped it in, laughed the whole time. I was like, hey man, wrong tape. Can I watch that tape, please?
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. VHS. Good times.
Nice.
The old fat. Some of you might out there watching might have the, what the hell's a VHS? That's going back.
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
So yeah, Dave said that just last weekend, right, Dave? You played against Sandman in a softball game.
I did. I played against Sandman in a softball. Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a good time. My guys didn't even know it was him, and I knew it was him the whole time. So it was like we were like, whoa, why didn't you tell us? I was like, I didn't think about it.
So Dave said that his teammates didn't know who the Sandman, like they didn't recognize Sandman, but Dave knew right away who it was. I guess he needed to smash some beers on his head or something, and
yeah,
maybe they would have smoked a cigarette or something.
He was just so loud during the game that was crazy. Like he wouldn't shut up.
He said that Sandman was loud during the game. He wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, that sounds like him. That sounds like Sandman. That sounds like him.
Yep.
Who was your favorite indie wrestler? Did you ever have a favorite indie wrestler growing up? Like, did you like this is my guy, I'm following this guy, or was it just a promotion, or was it just anything that you can get your hands on?
No, man. I mean, everybody's my favorite wrestler, right? But no, indie wise, I really, as a kid, I really enjoyed AJ Styles.
Yes.
Just as I said, going back to PWF, the Steve Corino shows, I really enjoyed Homicide. I really enjoyed the SATs, the Briscoes, Christopher Daniels, Low Key, Quiet Storm. I really fell in love that indie promotion, and it's up there in Pottstown. It was, and
nice.
Yeah, man. I always like, man, AJ Styles, that guy, he was smooth, man, really smooth. and I was like, man, he's gonna be something. Don't know what it is. He's gonna be something. And then you didn't realize that you're like, he's scrawny, he's skinny, he's not built like Hulk Hogan. He's not gonna be world champion back then, And
yeah,
right.
Times have changed.
Definitely, they've changed for the better, 100%. You get more athletic wrestlers out there, and you don't need those big hulking guys to have professional wrestling anymore. The athletic guys are just as good and actually more entertaining. So yeah,
yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to go with AJ Styles as far as my favorite indie guy back then.
The phenomenal one.
You got the old AJ Styles.
Yes.
And so I got a quick question about how did you get involved with Pottsville's Pilger Rub Brewing? Like, how'd that come about? Because I think they're big into professional wrestling too, right?
Yeah, Tony Deppen is one of the owners of Pilger Brewery Company.
He's a wrestler.
Exactly, and Tony Deppen was like, hey man, I got this brewery in Pottsville, and we do this brewery festival, and we'd love to have American Excellence Wrestling there to put on a show for us. And I was like, cool. I mean, hey, since you have a brewery, you know, you want to bring some brews and you know, and sell a couple and advertise and market your brand at our shows. Let me know. Table's there for you. So that's just how I got it, tied in.
And I tell you, I hit their table up last show, and I was a big fan of their Finish the Story beer. I'm not sure exactly what kind of beer it was, but I'll tell you what, it was very, very good. I was digging it. It's
Did
like,
it
man,
make you
I got to
finish
stop.
did you finish your story after drinking it?
After the second one, I finished my story. I'm like, I better finish that bit. And we got it's only 15, 20 minutes away, but I still need to be a little bit sober to get home so I don't get pulled over and hammered.
Speaking of beer, did you guys know that Hulk Hogan has his own beer now? Did you guys see that?
I did not. Did you know that Hulk Hogan has his own beer?
Antonio? Yeah. I just heard about it recently. He's got his own beer. I'm not a drinker. I'm not a toker either. I like that song. I'm a drinker. I'm a toker. Yeah.
Steve Miller.
I'm a midnight toker. We got a barbershop quartet or a barbershop trio happening here. Watch out, people.
Yeah, we should have a sing-along show next.
It's called the Real American Beer.
I'm just straight from CM Punk and straight edge, man. And I love food. Can't tell I'm a little chunky. And that's my thing in life. That's my go-to. Pizza, sweets. Ah, man, I love good food. I love good chocolate chip cookie, man. So, but man, cheers to those that enjoy it and stuff like that. And my buddies, they drink, and stuff like that. I'm always using the DD. So if you ever need a DD, feel free to.
I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Same thing.
So we got Antonio and Dave as the DD. There we go.
Hey,
yes, sir.
With a triple D.
Like, there you go.
Designated. Yeah.
There you go.
Triple D, and we got Antonio. And that's it. I drink like once every 3 months if I'm lucky. That's one or two. And it's not saying that I'd like to do more often. I just the time is not there for it. That's all it is.
Man, yeah.
I can't be one of those guys that sit at home and drink by myself. I don't know how people do. Like sit there and watch a football. I can't sit there and watch a football game and drink by myself. I have to, social setting, social drinking or camping, around a fire. Like then I can do it. But besides that,
that's where it is, man. That's the bee's knees of having fun and stuff like that. I've had alcohol before. I had a couple beers. I mean, I went to college and college parties and stuff, and it's just like. I don't like the taste of it. Why am I drinking it? I don't like olives. I don't eat olives, And
olives are terrible.
Oh my god! But it's like I don't like this. Why am I? So as I got older, I started to realize what I like, what my body likes, what's for me, what's not for me. Taking care of yourself. Health, wealth is health, right? And yeah, man. When I was slamming them down, I did like tequila, and my choice of beer when I was younger, was I like Corona. I always liked Corona, and it's like one day I was like, I don't like this, and that was out, and I picked up a chocolate chip cookie, maybe 3, but
there you go.
That's what I was gonna say. I'd rather eat an Oreo before I drink a beer, but
I'm a brownie guy. Come on now.
I do hear good things going back to Tony Deppin's brewery, Pilgrim. I do hear good things about their stuff, so I'm really happy for their success.
Yeah, so you guys check out Pilgrim if you're watching and you're in the area, Schuylkill County or whatever, or if you happen to be for some ungodly reason you're driving through Schuylkill County, maybe you're checking out AXW. You're there to check out AXW. Make sure you stop by Pilgrim there in Pottsville, only about 20 minutes away from Orgersburg, from the Memorial Hall, and whatever the hell you want to call it.
If you check out and come to American Excellence Wrestling, Pilgrim will be there.
They're already there. And that's why I was talking to those great people. Like I said, last event, I had a couple. I was talking to them, telling them how much I like their Finish the Story beer. Seems like all their beers there, they have wrestling themed.
Yes.
So, so I thought that was pretty cool.
They get a really good show that they put on at their brewery sometimes, too. It's called Fighter Entertainment, I believe. And their Pilgrim Root champion is Jason Furious. On the first show in March, on Recharge, he defended it against Reggie Collins, another good talent down there, from the South area, and Yeah, check them out on social media, Pilgrim Brewery. There's several locations here in Pennsylvania, and check out some of their shows as well. You'll see likes of Mike Bailey, Tony Deppen, Griffin McCoy, Cheeseburger, um, Charlie Tiger, and a few other good local talents. Jimmy Lloyd, I can't forget Jimmy Lloyd.
There we go. All right. Nice. I didn't realize Pilgrim ran shows like that. That's pretty cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, they do, and they also, I think they're still running like every Wednesday or Thursday or once a month. They do a wrestling trivia night as well.
Oh wow!
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I actually shot a message out to them today to see if I can get somebody from there on the show coming up in the future to talk about Pilgrim and like because I knew that there was some sort of wrestling lineage there.
Yeah, if you need any help, let me know. I'll be happy to throw you alley-oop.
That'd be awesome. So real quick before we let you go here, I know we have you on for almost an hour. There's right now currently we have 88 live viewers. Currently we have 88 live viewers. And guys, if you're on X watching right now, you can comment live. Click on that live stream and then click on the video again, and then a comment section will pop up. It does work. I finally figured the damn thing out.
Did you finally figure it out?
I figured it out. Actually, watching your Cowboy show, Dave, I actually finally figured it out. And finally, I can do this. And so you can comment if you're watching from X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I call it Twitter still because I'm old, and that's just what I do. I don't like change.
Hey, and, I still call the ATM machine a Mac machine. So
yeah, I do too. I'm the same way.
I do too. It'll forever be a Mac machine.
Yes.
So you guys, throw your comments and questions out, for the next couple minutes while we still have Antonio on here, or if you want to, ask him any questions about upcoming events, throw him a personal message. You can reach out to him through American Excellence Wrestling, or even I guess through your private Facebook or private message that way, or how can they get a hold of you?
Anyway, man, you can find me on my private Facebook. You can shoot me a message on there. Facebook, Antonio Laugginger. Right on the screen here as you're watching.
It's on the screen. We got it.
Love it.
It's on the screen. You can hit up American Excellence Wrestling on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter. You can find us on Groupon. You can find us on Purple Pass. Get your tickets, xwtix.com. You can find us on there. There's a lot of ways to get in touch with us. Or just come to the show and see me there.
There you go.
How can they watch the show? If they can't make the show, let's say we have Eileen that lives up there in New York City. She can't make it. Paul Spencer, the Grand Pumbaa here at Out of the Box Sports commented earlier. He lives out in Pittsburgh area. So if they want to watch it, I said Recharge. You can watch is free to everybody on all social media accounts and platforms. How can they watch the main card? And if you have one plan to Recharge.
Yes, easy. Xcellence. It's XCELLENCE. Xcellence.tv. That's Xcellence.tv. Go on there. Become a member of the XW Nation through our Patreon, and you get a lot of perks. If you say, hey, send me a screenshot for your viewers right now. Hey, Antonio, I subscribe. I will mail you a gift. It could be an autograph from anybody from any of our shows, a poster. I'll send you some tickets. If you're ever in the area, come to our show. It's on us. And that's once again at Xcellence.tv.
And I have that spelled correct, right?
Yes, XCELLENC, and I forgot the E because it's silent there. Xcellence.tv. It's been a long day, man. So AXW, our mission is to help the community around us.
Nice.
Wrestling is the entertainment. It's like when you go to the party, the entertainment it's a DJ, it's the music. You're really there to celebrate somebody. Or a victory, an achievement, whatever it is. That's the mission. That's the reason. The reason for us is helping the community. Today we were out in Schuylkill Haven area at the Relay for Life, and one of the sponsors, we set up, we met the folks out there, gave out some tickets, networked, donated, participated, had a great time. So yeah, man, a little tired from that, but overall, it was a great day, a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to connecting more with you folks out there as well. So, hey, feel free to contact me for any type of fundraising event. we're doing our best to make our way out there.
There we go. That's awesome. That's fantastic. And like Antonio said
Love it.
earlier,
Phenomenal.
Facebook, Instagram, social media, all that good stuff. American Excellence Wrestling on X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's perfect.
At @official_AXW. That's on X or Twitter. And if you want to watch the main card of the next upcoming show on June 22nd, Summer Vacation, it's called. Check it out, www.excellence.tv. And like Antonio said, you'll become a subscriber. Send him a message, a screenshot of your subscription. He'll hook you up with something. It could be the last show I was at. Bodie, what's his last name? Bodie. Crap, I can't think of him. Bodie. He does the steamroller move.
Cody Fluffman.
Cody. Oh, I thought I said Bodie.
Cody Fluff. There you go.
Cody Fluffman.
He was awesome. I loved Cody Fluffman. I thought it was Bodie. That's why I thought.
So do I.
Maybe he'll send you. Maybe he'll send you Cody Fluffman's ripped up T-shirt that he usually wears to the ring there.
Cody Fluffman T-shirt.
Just show me a screenshot of it. Hit me up on Antonio Laugginger on Facebook, and I would love to send you some goodies, man. I would love to send it to you.
And right there, his name, you can see it underneath us. Right there underneath Cowboy Dave, the showstopper. You have Antonio Laugginger. That's
Yes.
It's hard to say. A lot of G's in there.
Laugginger.
Yeah, I'm a real G.
You are the real G. Multiple real G.
He's a double G.
I want to give a special shout out again, because American Excellence Wrestling isn't what it is without Jared as well. Jared Strunk, Jared Jared Strunk Strunk. Feel free to reach out to him as well. He is my right hand, my left hand. I hope I'm the same for him. XW doesn't go on without him as well.
Yes.
I appreciate.
I remember I see both you guys there.
Oh yeah, you'll see us both together, either yelling for each other because we're trying to find one another, or we're sitting together. Jared, if you're chiming in, appreciate you, man.
Nice.
Absolutely, and maybe someday we'll have Jared on. If you're up to it, before the next show coming up in July, we'd love to have you back. Talk about. We can make it a monthly. We can make it a monthly thing if you'd like. If we have time, if you have time.
That as well. I'm for that as well. We can do a monthly thing. Just send me dates and we'll make it happen.
We'll figure it out. Absolutely, we'll figure it out. This was awesome.
We can do a trivia. We're just make it fun, make it entertaining for everybody.
Absolutely, that sounds like a plan. So all right. So is there anything else you want to add to your show coming up here on June 22nd, Summer Vacation?
Yeah. So let's finish up the card here. There's only a couple more matches. So we have Harleen Lopez.
Oh yes, I forgot about that one.
She's gonna take on Ava Everett. So if you follow WXW in the UK promotion, you see Ava Everett there wrestling. She is badass. Really good in the ring. Hard hitting. Take no problems. She's just gonna lay you out, right? And Harleen, she's brutal. she's really brutal, and you put that together. Man, it's going to be a war. And I'm really excited. I think this match, there's these two matches. I think these last two matches is really going to steal the show. Like I said, it's not the main event. Well, that's going to steal the show. It's going to. But, it's Tony Deppen and Richard Holiday.
Okay.
If you know who Deppen is, he's a good, smooth wrestler. And Richard Holiday, phenomenal guy, phenomenal talent. Most marketable, you're breathing rarefied air when you're around him.
Yes.
And he's so good. He's really good. And I'm really excited for that matchup. And then another one I'm really, really excited is the three-way. It's Ichiban, number one, going on Marcus Mathers. And who is the third competitor? Diego Hill.
Yes.
Diego Hill. Yes, he's on the rise. And man, if you talk about a high flyer, that man can fly all around that ring all night long. And I'm really excited.
That's my kind of wrestler.
Between the three-way and the Deppen, I think those two matches are going to steal the show. And if you're at the last show, and the last two shows, the last one that just happened, Tony Deppen and Sean Legacy had a killer match until Legacy broke two of his fingers in that match. And the doctor had to go in and he plugged one back in, and the other one, well, we had to take him to the hospital for them to fix it. But up until that point, it was a phenomenal, great match, man.
It was, absolutely.
And that rematch is going to happen August 17th. Tickets will be available right after next Saturday. Next Sunday, get your tickets. August 17th, first match announced here on the Atomic Drop podcast. Tony Deppen versus Sean Legacy, the rematch.
Mark that down, big man. We're going to go. We might go to that.
Speaking of Legacy, man, guys, if you don't know Sean Legacy, please go on YouTube. Please go on Google. Type that name in. Watch his matches. Hit him up. Buy his T-shirt. You're going to be become a fan instantly.
The dude
he had
is
a phenomenal
awesome.
match with Miles Hawkins, at the April show, which is American Excellence Wrestling Presents Honor. Our first show is on YouTube right now for free.
Oh, wow.
Recharge. So you can go on there and watch our first show, New Horizon, on there. And hopefully soon we'll drop on there for free. AXW presents so many shows. What was that show? Honor. And Honor, what we do is that show there was raising awareness for autism. That was our autism acceptance show. And we had a 8-man ladder match, and that match was so fun, so good. You want a good laugh, tune in, watch that match on Xcellence.tv. And your boy Joe Clean, I don't want to spoil it for you. Just go watch that pay-per-view. It was a really good show. And but yeah, Sean Legacy, Miles Hawkins from that show. So good. So good.
But back to Legacy. When he broke his fingers at that last show, he was pissed. He was very upset. And that match was so fire from the start. I mean, I think a lot of people were kind of like, what's going on? What's going on? They could tell, something was seriously wrong, and he was really upset with it. And I thought that was cool that, who did he wrestle? Tony, right?
Tony Deppen, yeah.
Yeah, Tony Deppen, it's like, right away offered the rematch. He said, hey, this is what's up, guys. I know it sucks, but this is what happened.
Yes,
and,
he demanded that rematch.
Yes.
He said, I don't care what Antonio and Jared have to say. This is what's going on. And, you know what? Let him have it.
Legacy is something else, man. That dude, he's built like a ship brick house, for lack of better terms. And the dude is just unbelievably quick, agile, unbelievable.
He is super.
Super. I love it.
And that's exactly what he is.
Absolutely.
And, him and Cody Fluffman are tag team here and there.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, that's interesting.
Tag team. I'm going to butcher this up. Please forgive me, Sean Legacy, Cody Fluffman. Love you guys. But I think it's like Buff and Stuff Connection or Buff and Fluff or something like that. But yeah, they're a tag team as well. And you will see them in tag team action here in American Excellence Wrestling.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, for those who don't know, Cody's kind of built like the Blue Meanie, and Sean Legacy's built like Buff Bagwell, just super stacked. So that'd be something really. And nothing against Cody Fluffman. He was awesome. He was absolutely awesome.
Oh my God!
One of my favorites from the last show.
He wrestled BRG.
Yeah.
And he's like your Rick the Model,
Rick the Model Martel.
Your Ken from Barbie style guy. Your stylist. Yes, exactly. That's BRG on your shirt, man.
He's a very fancy fella.
You got a guy like Cody Fluffman, your average guy, and then average fun guy. Like the party, have a good time, and you know the story from there.
Absolutely,
nice.
Absolutely good stuff. All right, so Antonio, again, I want to thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you again next month before the July show, and then on from there. Hopefully,
let's make this a once a month thing here. So.
Absolutely. That you are penciled in. We will work out the dates and we'll get them out to everybody, and we'll promote the hell out of it. And hopefully, like I said, I can make next Saturday. My daughter does have a tournament that's Pennsylvania State Championships, they call it, I guess. I'm not really sure.
That's awesome.
It's for travel softball. So hopefully, I'm hoping that the Saturday games are early enough where I can make it, even if I have to be a little bit late, I can catch recharge, through a rerun. And
Okay.
but anyway, I'm hoping I get there for 5 o'clock for the bell, or 4:45, I think it is, and make it in time. So that's what I'm pulling for.
All right.
I'm hoping I can make it happen
Kid,
somehow.
if you make it happen, you're there. Come see me, my
I
friend.
will absolutely.
That August 17th show, I'm really looking. I
Awesome.
might just jump on that.
I want to appreciate. I want to send. I want to appreciate you guys. I do. I appreciate you guys for having me at Atomic Drop Podcast. You guys are awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, Ken, and being on here again for all of you that are watching.
All right, thank you, Dave. Dave said he's going to try and make the August 17th matches. I'm his interpreter still. I don't know what's going on with the audio, but we'll figure it out for next time. So, all right.
Awesome. I wanted to give you another match. You know what? I won't give you another match for that show, but Security Inc. will be there.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Baby.
There you go.
I love Security Inc. I might wear like a shirt with a badge on it next time. I don't know. I'll get in trouble for impersonating an officer, but I'll be getting arrested for impersonating an officer. And but anyway,
man. Oh, man.
Nice.
I Security Inc. personally an officer. What if they did get arrested? But anyway, enjoy your night. Thank you for having me. That's Xcellence.tv. Thank you, guys.
Yep,
no problem.
Thank you, Antonio. I'd like I said, this was awesome. I look forward to talking to you again. Everybody, Antonio Laugginger from AXW, American Excellence Wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, hey, that was fantastic, Dave. I don't know about you, but I had a ton of fun. That was awesome.
That was phenomenal. That was great. That was fun.
Even minus the sound stuff, it is what.
Yeah. What was up with the sound? I couldn't figure that out.
I don't know. It could be. What phone do you have, Dave? iPhone or?
I have a Galaxy. Maybe that could be it.
It could be a Galaxy iPhone.
Yeah.
Issue. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for next time. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to Clash at the Castle here, so we're not on too late. I'm gonna go ahead and switch the backgrounds for us here.
Okay.
Dave. So we got that.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, brother.
I wonder why he couldn't hear us. I hear me.
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's something with the phones. So
could be. Yeah.
All right. So Clash of the Castle, not a bad pay-per-view, Dave. What were your thoughts overall on the pay-per-view?
I give it
its purpose. I think it served its purpose.
If I had to grade it, I'd give it a B+, big time. Yeah. I thought it was a great show. I really did.
What do you think about that color? So we don't like that color. That color sucks ass.
Whatever.
We'll go red. The hell with it, red. All right. But yeah, I'd probably go a solid B maybe. Like it served its purpose. There were a few surprises. I ain't gonna lie. That Drew McIntyre match at the end, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, my heart jumped out of my chest. I thought Drew won.
Yep.
But then CM Punk, making a surprise entrance, I guess, if you will, surprise appearance. That's what I meant to say. Was able to pull it away from Drew, and again, Drew. That's all on him. That's on him.
But honestly, Ken, I'm gonna take it back a little bit here, going back to the Cody and AJ match. I was surprised that was the first match of the night. I did not see that coming. I have to be honest on that.
Well, so where do you think that should have been?
I would have personally done it before Priest and the Priest match. Honestly, that's what I would have done. I think so
I wonder
back to back.
I wonder if they didn't do it there, Dave, because they worry about it maybe stealing the show. Like having a hardcore match, I Quit match. It's not going to be your main event, but it's still going to be one of the major matches. But having it right before the main event, there's always that possibility it could steal a show. Where if you have it at the beginning, that already gets the crowd is amped up, they're fired up, and now they have enough time in between that where you don't forget about it. But that high that you had off that I Quit match, because it's going to be hardcore. There's going to be stuff that happens in that you're not expecting. There are weapons and all that good stuff. But you're coming down off that high a little bit, and you're getting ready to be brought back up by your main event. So I wonder if they did it like that for that reason. I was a little bit surprised as well. I didn't think it was going to be the main event because Drew McIntyre, and that place blew up for Drew McIntyre. It blew up for
Scotland. That's where he's from. That makes more sense. Yeah. But my thing was going back to Cody and AJ. The crowd was into it all night. All day for us, night for them. If you think it, but the crowd, they didn't disappoint. The whole match was great. I mean, and I guess to have that first, I understand that now. I mean, get the crowd into it, get the show going. I get it, but I mean, to me, it was just like you could have waited 1 or 2 matches before you got to that point, but I guess
Yeah.
Triple H didn't want to go that far. So okay.
Well, there's a reason why they make the big bucks, Dave, right? So
Yeah, I get it.
What were your thoughts during that match when AJ Styles pulled out that velvet bag? What did you think was in that velvet bag? When he
I
pulled
thought it
out
was
the-
tax. To be honest with you,
Oh, he's bringing out thumbtacks. I got really
right?
excited.
I did not think it was. I didn't think it was handcuffs. I was like, what?
I was still cool with the handcuffs. I was still cool
Yeah,
with that.
Well, the first thing that came to my mind, Ken, honestly, when I was watching the match and I thought it was tax, I thought of Mick Foley right away. That was the first thing that came to my head.
I was so excited, because thumbtacks they add an extra,
Right.
Because I'll tell you what, David, I think the reason it adds to it is because everybody's stepped on a thumbtack. Everybody's had a thumbtack in their finger or their hand, or everybody has felt the pain of a thumbtack.
Well,
right?
if anybody, ask Randy about that.
Randy, but I mean, like your average Joe, your average person like us, we've all felt the pain of a thumbtack, so we can understand,
Yes.
we can relate to that pain. And when you times it by 100 or whatever it is that was in Randy Orton at one time, or even Mick Foley against the Undertaker, you multiply that by thumbtacks all over your body. You can feel that pain. You can sense that. Like none of us has ever felt a kendo stick across the back, so we don't.
No.
Understand. We've never felt a chair hit our back. If you have, there's probably a bar fight. My brother, that's a different story for a different time. I wish he was watching because he would know, he'd get a kick out of that.
Right.
But everybody has felt the pain, the searing pain of a thumbtack in your foot. Everybody's felt that, or your hand, or anywhere.
Actually, I can honestly say I actually felt a thumbtack inside a pool once. Yeah, I jumped in a pool and I was standing on it and it went right in my foot. Man, that thing hurt like no other. Oh
You started yelling, "Shark! Shark!"
I was screaming. I think I was like 9 or 10 when it happened, but man, I remember that. That did hurt.
All right, so we got a little bit of color in this match too, Dave. You got Cody got busted open.
Yeah,
AJ busted open. What were your thoughts on that?
I was surprised they went with the blood. I didn't see that coming. I mean, I know they got the chain and the handcuffs and everything, but going with the blood, I kind of like. I think that just made the match even better than what.
Absolutely. Do you think that was real blood, or do you think that was?
It was definitely fake because if you watch the end of the match, the blood was gone. I was like, where'd that go?
So that's what I thought too. All right, but you could see a mark on his head. I'm like,
yes.
I wonder if the capsule also adds like a mark to the head, because I knew it was fake instantly because of the color of it. I mean, it's so bright. It's like, I'm like, Jesus Christ! It's like the reverse Predator. The Predator.
It looked like ketchup.
Yeah. when the Predator bleeds, it's like that neon green. Well, this is like the opposite. It's like a neon like red or whatever. I'm like, it's a little bit too bright. They need a better mixture or whatever.
Yes.
I'm cool with that. If they don't need the blood, the blade to get the blood, I have no problem. But the blood does absolutely add to it, especially a match. And
it does.
You want your guy that's being pummeled, that's struggling, in a match like this to show a little bit of color, like, oh my God, he's in big trouble.
Well,
and they both got it.
It's so funny because if you think about it, Ken, think about this for a second. The Vince era, the blood wasn't there anybody. Triple H era, kind of different,
We've seen blood a few times now since Triple H has taken over.
Yeah, we have
100% gone, which is good. Yep. There's a time and place for it. You don't need it every single pay-per-view or PLE. No. You don't need it every main event. You don't need it every show. But there are those moments where it's helpful to tell the story, to show you. Like,
in this kind of match, I think you definitely needed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. This being a no disqualification, no count out. I mean, all you have to say is "I quit" to win. So to me, that's the kind of match you want to see blood in.
So I thought for sure, we were going to see the Good Brothers, or whatever the hell you want to call him, his Bullet Club friend.
Gallus Anderson. Yeah.
What are they? So I've been calling them the Good Brothers. That's why I thought they were called. What the hell are we calling these guys? The Club.
I don't even know.
The Club. I think it is
the Club. Yeah, the Club. The Club makes more sense. Yeah.
Because they actually helped AJ with that retirement. If you remember correctly, retirement, he helped them.
They pulled that off big time. They did. Yep.
So I was kind of surprised we didn't see him, especially with it being no DQ. I thought we'd actually see him a little bit. What about the bloodline at the end there? Are you surprised by that?
Not really. No, that didn't surprise me. No, not at all.
Are we going to expect to see Cody Rhodes, KO, and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline six-man tag match?
Dude, I loved when I love when Randy turned around and just like RKO. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I just love. I'm a big Randy Orton fan. So anything Randy does, I'm down. I'm down with Randy. So if he go after the Bloodline, I'm good with it. But I'm sick of the Bloodline at this point. I really am. I'm just tired of it. But what are you gonna do? I miss Roman. I got to be honest. I do.
I mean, the Bloodline. It's going to be an ongoing storyline for a while. So you better just hunker down and deal with it, there, fella.
Yeah, I'm trying. I can't take Solo Sikoa like seriously. I just can't do it. I'm trying, but it's not working. I just can't. I'm trying, but it's not working.
I think they need him in more matches. We're not seeing him wrestle at all to assert his dominance and like to show his brutality. He's just walking around acting like the Godfather. You know what I mean? Like it's I'm like, all right, I get it, but I want to see this guy in action. I want to see what the brutality that this guy brings. But we're not getting it. I don't know why we're not getting it. I want to see singles one-on-one competition with this guy in a major match. I think we had one a couple of weeks ago, but it hasn't been much. It's been few and far in between. So it's a bit of a bummer. It really is. I was hoping to see a lot more of him.
I was too. But going back to SmackDown when the general manager, why do I keep forgetting his name? I don't know why it doesn't click with me.
Nick Aldis.
Yes, Nick Aldis. Why does that name click with me? I don't know why. I guess
stupid name.
Yeah, Aldis. Okay. Anyway, when Aldis said to Solo, he goes, "You're barred. You're barred. You have the match. Good luck, Mr. Head of the Table." I thought that was great. That was just classic the way he said that.
All right. So Cody, if you don't know, Cody does retain.
Yes.
A terrific match, a really good match, a lot of great moments. Mama Rhodes at ringside added to it as well. You had AJ going over to her a couple times. If anything, she was a distraction for AJ. AJ let her be a distraction. That kind of took
that was to me that didn't need to be, that part of the match did not need to be done. I thought that was pretty dumb, honestly.
And so I don't like, I understood the whole Rock part of it when Rock did it,
right?
But I'm like, like why does she need to be at this one? Like, why does she need to be centered around this one? I didn't really understand, but I mean, whatever. I got a kick out of her yelling asshole. So
right. I thought she slapped him 3 times. My gosh, yeah. I mean, but to me, the end of the match was just kind of corny. Like he's got the stairs, and all you hear is AJ, I quit. You know, so it was kind of like I think it could have been a better ending.
Eileen agrees. Great minds think alike there.
Yes.
And I agree too. I didn't like the ending either. I would have rather seen him get hit with the steps, 2-3 times maybe, and then I quit or something. Maybe some sort of submission or something else. Cody's gonna hit him with the steps and he hunkers down. I quit. Like seriously.
Right.
Seriously?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Come on, man. I thought that was. It made AJ look super weak, and it makes you wonder how much longer AJ really does have now, because that just made him look super weak. Weak.
But the part of the match I did like is when AJ put Cody in the cuffs, and AJ sit there beating him with the kendo stick. I thought that was great. Just keep fighting. I thought that was good.
And another great part to that match is when he took the belt from the referee. I'm like, did he just take the referee's belt all in one swoop? The referee's like, what the hell? He didn't even know what happened.
No, not at all.
He's like, oh, I remember that from the corner of 5th and Smith Street there in New York City when I was buying myself a hooker. That's what she did too. He did it. He did it so quick. It was unbelievable. He just started whipping that. Like every time he whipped Cody, I kind of winced a little bit. God damn, that hurts.
Well, when the ref asked Cody, "Do you quit?" and Cody goes, "Hell no," or something in that area, I was like, "Okay, you just knew." At first, when the match first started, I was like, "Oh, maybe AJ will pull this off. Wouldn't that be good?" And then as the match went on, you're like, Cody's pulling this off. He's new.
I never thought that it was going to be a die. I always thought Cody was going to win. Cody's not going to lose the title on a smaller PLE. It's just not going to happen.
But Clash of the Castle, it's kind of a big thing if you think about it.
It's not a big thing. It's a big thing for Drew McIntyre. It's a big thing for Scotland. It is not a major PLE. SummerSlam is a major PLE.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you want to say Crown Jewel, maybe. I think that's bigger than your lower PLE, but it's not as big as the Big Four. But they raise that one up a little bit
Well,
for whatever reason.
What made me think that AJ might win, and Clash of the Castle was one of the things, but the way the crowd was so into the whole show.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think about it, you're like, oh man, we want but the crowd gets what it wants. I mean, they were booing AJ out of the building. Don't get me wrong, they were.
Absolutely loved Cody.
But see, to me, and I think about this, Ken. I think about this a lot. If that was a Vince match, AJ might have won.
Maybe, yeah. I don't even know if Vince was still in charge. I don't think Cody ever would even have the championship.
Well, that's true too. Cody wouldn't be champion if Vince was there. But it does say Cody was champ. I think AJ might pull that off if it was like a different story.
Yeah.
Because just the way Vince loves to go against the crowd. So that's my point being, that would be perfect.
Yeah. And speaking of Vince going against the crowd, that leads us into the women's tag team championship between Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Yes.
Where Vince normally, if it's your home country, you're not winning. Your home state, you're not winning. Your home city, you are not winning those matches.
No.
And this is another way you can say, hey, this is absolutely not Vince. This is post Vince McMahon era, 150%, because Alba Fire and Isla Dawn shocked the wrestling world with their championship.
Shocked me, Ken. Shocked me, big man. I did not see this coming. I did not.
I could not believe it. I was shocked. Go ahead.
Kudos to Fire, though. I mean, they did a great match. It was a great match. Both. All competitors were great, but I didn't see Jaden and Bianca losing. I just didn't see that coming.
And so, but when you think about it, a couple things. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, a fantastic tag team. Those guys gals are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal in the ring. And their accents are, oh my God, their accents.
Yeah, they're good.
Anyway, Isla Dawn, yeah. But anyway, off of that part, this is the only way you're going to get those titles off of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. That is believable. They're so dominant. And throughout that match, they were fairly dominant throughout that whole match. The whole,
Jade and Bianca were dominant the whole time. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, they were pretty much dominant the whole time.
They were.
I thought Jade Cargill gassed out a little bit. You could see her kind of struggle a couple of points in the match. It looked like she might have been gassed, but that's either here nor there. But this is the only way you're going to get the tag team titles off of them and still have them look strong.
If you remember during the match, the announcer's like, "This is just too easy." I mean, they're making it look easy, and they were. They absolutely were.
Because if you have them get pinned in the middle of the ring by Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, that's going to lessen them. You're not going to look at them as dominant tag team. But the way they lost, they were not pinned. All right, they were basically going for the win right there for the pin. It was their finisher that ended the match basically. So they still come out looking strong, just without the titles now. So I think it was the perfect call. I was just surprised who it was.
I was too, and I'll tell you one person that probably was happy though. I'll tell you, probably Shawn Michaels was excited because that's NXT for him. That's a big win for NXT if you think about it.
Well, I mean, like Shawn Michaels NXT. I mean, NXT in general. All these women on this in this tag title match all went through NXT. So.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, but I mean, Shawn running it now. Through
the Shawn Michaels era of NXT.
Right,
but Alba Fire is Dawn. I hope they carry for a little while.
I love Alba.
I quick reign.
I don't think it will be. It might be till SummerSlam, if anything.
Well, I hope it's longer than that. I hope they get a decent run with it. Maybe into next year.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not just a quick change kind of thing.
Right.
Or it's a quick change and they give it back to Belair, Cargill after they go for the rematch clause or whatever they're going to do there. Hopefully it's not one of those quick ones like that. Like the next night on Monday Night Raw or whatever SmackDown or whatever it is that they give it up right away back to Cargill and Belair. Hopefully it's not like that. Hopefully they hold it.
Did you think Shayna and her partner had a chance at that match at all? I mean,
Shayna and Zoe,
yeah.
If you had to say, all right, one of these teams are coming out champion and it's not going to be Belair or Cargill, I would have thought Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, I think I would have thought the same thing. Yeah,
just because Shayna's been around for a while now and she's done it all. Not I shouldn't say done it all.
She's pretty much
championships.
Yeah.
Eileen said no, Dave.
Okay, Eileen, I got you.
But yeah, it was awesome. I can't wait to see more of these ladies. Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, loving it.
Shayna and Zoe, yeah, but Shayna and Zoe are good too, and I have nothing against them. I think they're a good tag team. I think that even if they would have won, I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
No, I would not have a problem with it either. That's who I would have thought would have won if anybody, if it wasn't going to be Belair and Cargill.
Yeah, I totally agree. But
Go ahead.
just kind of like I was getting into Belair and Cargill. I was starting to like that tag team because I told you before I didn't like Bianca by herself. I was getting old. It was getting tired. But her with Jade, I think those two are really good, and it's just fun to watch. They're fun.
Well, Eileen says I would have thought Zoe and Shayna would have taken the pin, but I guess it was Zoe Stark. I think that got pinned.
I think Zoe took the pin. Yes,
because they did their finisher, and then I'm not sure if it was Alba Fire or Isla Dawn came in. They German suplexed Jade Cargill out of the way, and then the other member of the tag team, I can't remember who got the pin and who, but they were holding Bianca Belair's leg outside the ring, so she couldn't crawl over and break the count up. So I think it was Zoe Stark that actually took the pinfall in that match.
I believe it was. Yes,
I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't even really matter. But I know it's either Zoe or Shayna, and I think it was Zoe.
I know. All I know is everybody was shocked when those two won the titles. That's for sure.
And the crowd went nuts.
They like I said, the crowd was great the whole day. I mean, the whole night.
I think Isla Dawn. I think I don't even know if I'm saying her first name right. I don't know if the S is silent. If it's Isla Dawn, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I think it's Isla Dawn. I think that sounds right.
You know what, Dave? I'm a country bumpkin. I'm going to say stuff how I say stuff. That's how I look at it. But I think it's Isla Dawn. I think that was her home city as well. I think that's where she's from.
I think it was. I know. Well, yeah.
Alba Fire is like 30 minutes outside of that, or something like that. So both native to Scotland, and that place went bonkers. The place went nuts for them, and that was great to see. Absolutely great to see. So moving on from there, we had Sami Zayn defending his IC title against Chad. My daughter is crying again. Gable
retaining the IC belt.
And so you have Sami Zayn coming out on top. An all right match, not a bad match. We've seen this match, and
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Sami Zayn and Gable. It's getting old. It's getting old fast. It's got to stop.
I'm ready to move on. I don't know if we're gonna move on yet or not.
I'm over it.
But yeah, I'm pretty much done with this now. Love Chad Gable, the heel run that he has going right now. I've always been a big fan of Sami Zayn, whether he's heel, face, weird, whatever. Doesn't really matter. In Bloodline, not in Bloodline, doesn't matter. Always a big fan of Sami Zayn.
Did you happen to hear Triple H at the press conference talk about Chad Gable?
I don't usually watch the press conferences because usually it's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
They're usually at night. But no, what did he say?
He said that if Chad Gable were to leave, he'd be very upset because he loves Chad Gable. He said he respects Chad Gable a heck of a lot. He's been part of it.
I think he's signed. I think Chad Gable is signed.
Well, I think he signed too. He said if he were to leave,
like
it would be a very upsetting thing to honor. So,
yeah. Eileen said they need to move on from that storyline. Yeah,
and, I totally agree. Totally.
His contract was up very soon, but from everything I've read online, that he has re-upped. And I'll tell you what, Dave. You know what I can't stand?
Tell me.
Having to hear about these wrestlers' contracts. I like to better when I didn't know this stuff. I don't want to know
it's getting old.
Stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to know that Becky Lynch's contract's up. I don't want to know if Seth Rollins' contract is almost up. I don't want to know. I just want to know, Ricochet. I don't want to know if their contracts are up. I just know one day they're there, one day they're not there, and then you move on from it. I like that better. Then they show up on different promotions. Like, oh my God, they're there now. Oh my God.
But not to get off the subject, but guess who showed up in TNA last night?
Was it Jeff Hardy?
Jeff Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like same thing. Like I don't want to know about their contracts. When they show up, I want it to be a huge surprise. When you hear that their contract's up, you start looking for it. You start looking, where are they going to show up at? Where are they going to show up at? When are they going to show up? There's a 90-day no compete clause that WWE has, so it's not going to be for another 90 days. It's like I don't want to know that stuff. I like the mysteriousness behind it. You lose that.
I agree. I can't argue that. I mean, to me, I don't follow wrestlers' contracts that often. Like the only time I follow is when they tell me that it's almost up. So I'm like, okay.
Well, and so like I use Google a lot to look stuff up, for all the shows that I do, and it's always in the headlines. Such and such contract is up. This that like really, I don't care. I don't want to know that.
No, I
So
don't want to know either. I really don't care to know. To be honest with you.
I tried blocking Sportskeeda from my Google timeline, but I can't figure it out because they always put
But
shit up like that. It pisses me off.
there are wrestlers like sometimes you think you really get into the wrestler and you're like, oh man, why is he leaving? He's a great, you don't want to see him leave. But when they leave, you kind of forget about him too.
Yeah. Well, and that's great. Sometimes you forget about them if you don't know about the contract. All right, they leave, they're gone, they're off TV, right, and you forget about them. But when they reappear, it's huge. It's awesome. I don't want to know that they're reappearing until they reappear. Like I want to see. I want to be surprised.
Well, out of sight, out of mind. You know that.
In today's day, of dawn of knowledge, everybody's got to know everything, and
right,
people, it's FOMO, fear of missing out. They have to know. It's like I don't want to know.
What's the fun of that, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you want to be surprised.
I love surprises. I do. I love. Like today, I was shocked when I saw the ending. But go ahead, we'll talk about that later.
Eileen says, "You think Ricochet comes back?"
I do.
I don't know.
I do.
I hope he does because I think he's extremely important. Like I argued with our boy Eddie Prather.
I saw that.
Podcast,
I saw that. Yes.
Our little group messenger
group chat. Yeah.
I just you need those mid card. He's never going to be world champion. Let's just put it out there. Ricochet will never be world champion, and that's fine. He can be U.S. champion, IC champion, tag champion, all that good stuff. You don't need a Ricochet to be your world champion. You need a Ricochet to carry your mid card.
But since when do you know Triple H never to turn anybody down? I mean, he always brings people back. He has no problem with that.
Well, and that's the thing. You can't bring everybody back. There are limits to what you can spend, and maybe Ricochet just wants something new, something fresh. That's always a possibility. You know what I mean?
Sometimes wrestler that's true too. It gets old, it gets fast. I've been there, I've done this, I've done that. I need something new.
I want to see more Braun Breaker, Ricochet, and Ilya Dragunov. I still want to see more of that. Not too much more, but I still want to see more of it because I feel like there's still more story to tell. And from what I understand, again, contract talk, which I hate, Ricochet still has a couple of weeks left on his contract.
I don't know his contract offhand. I really don't know what's going on with that.
There's still a possibility that we could see Ricochet yet before it is all said and done. And, then the question, beckons what happens to Samantha Irvin? His fiance, does she stay? Is her contract all that stuff? I don't want to know.
I think she loves it so much that she doesn't want to go.
She can announce wherever the hell she wants, though. That's what she that she can enter anywhere.
We know that, but you kind of like when you're in a corporation like that, it's hard to leave. It's just because you get so you're traveling, you just get used to it.
Well, that's the thing, maybe the traveling also might be a hindrance,
Could be.
They're going to get married, want to start a family, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's just so many different things that could happen.
It's true.
I hope Ricochet's back, but if he's not,
but she's good at her job, Ken. She's really good, and everybody loves her. And and you have to hear it's Chelsea. I mean, come on, that does not get to you when she says that. Yeah, it's Chelsea Green. Yeah, I love that.
So go ahead, Dave.
Like today when she came out, it's Chelsea Green. I just gotta love it.
Absolutely. So let's back to Sammy and Chad Gable. One of the big moments of the match. He's trying to get Maxine Dupree to hit Sammy with the title. All right, and she's out there already hobbled to begin with, wearing a boot for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah, what was up with that? Where'd that come from?
Hurt herself. Maybe training, wrestling in a.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
I have no idea what's going on, but she did have a boot on her leg.
Yeah,
and she wouldn't do it. So now Chad is pissed. He's in her face, kind of giving her the what for, and then Otis comes and gets in between them, kind of back on your heels.
See that too? Come on, every Monday Night Raw we see that, All
right, and so it's time for that to take the next step. It's time for Otis and Chad Gable to collide. So anyway, Sammy and Chad Gable continue wrestling. And how was it? How did I don't remember exactly how Chad Gable got flung into Max.
It was a conflict between Otis and Zayn, wasn't it? Something like that.
No, it was between Chad Gable and Sammy's name because Otis was there. Maxine's talking to Otis, pushing Otis back, talking
Right,
to him,
okay,
backing for
okay.
the action.
You got
And
me.
then Chad Gable's flung into her leg, and she goes down, and Otis is staring at him. He's like, he's on his knees. He goes, "It was Sammy. I didn't do it. It was Sammy." And he's just staring at her. Well, then he picks her up and carries her back, and that's when Chad Gable gets a huluva kick in the ring.
And then for game over.
Yeah. So it needs to take the next step. We need to get this storyline rolling here. We need to see Otis. Because people are loving Otis right now. We need Otis to get that pop on Monday Night Raw. Chad Gable's going to march his ass down there, and he's going to give him the what for. And it's time for Otis to finally stand up for himself. The place is going to erupt.
He will eventually. It's only matter. But if I have to see Gable and Chad one more time, I'm done. I'm out.
Get Gable and Sammy. Yeah, I agree.
I mean Gable and Sammy. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's time for that to end. It's time for that to move on. We need a new competitor for the IC title, and we need to go on.
I like Chad Gable. I have no problem. Crybaby that he is. He's still a great athlete. You know what I'm saying?
Runs in his family, he can't help it.
I get it. Well, come on. But
daughter cries, he cries. It happens. His wife.
It
cries.
does. But he's still good. He's still fun to watch though. But
he's excellent in the ring. He's good on the mic. He's a terrific heel. We need something new for him.
Yeah, I think it's time to move on from that.
Yeah, and it's end up it's gonna be him and Otis.
I mean, I'll take Nakamura and Gable. I got no problem with that.
But there's no story behind it.
Right, I get it.
There has to be something. So you're going to get Otis and you're going to get Sammy, or Otis and Chad Gable. You're going to get that eventually. All right, that's going to happen. And then what happens after that? Because my opinion is Sammy comes out. On top of that, Chad Gable is the bigger star than Otis. He is bigger. So my question to you is, how long does Sami Zayn hold that IC belt? I think SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam's it for him.
Okay.
I just don't know who. I don't know who.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I was just going to ask you that question. Who?
That's the same thing. You want to talk about Logan Paul? I think it's going to be LA Knight at SummerSlam. Him and LA Knight at SummerSlam.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. I cannot wait.
And that's where I think LA Knight gets his roses. Finally.
When he was in that pool on Friday, I lost it. That was great. You got a friend named LA outside that.
Well, I guess I don't know if he said it on the show, but he said on social media that he can't believe that Logan Paul's classless enough he didn't have a basketball hoop in his swimming pool. So.
Oh my gosh. He said, "For your U.S. title, yeah."
so moving on from Sammy and Chad.
Come on, you got to know that was a great segment right there.
Oh, absolutely.
That was just. I mean, he's laying in the pool. He's got a drink. He's like, "Where you at?"
Eileen agrees. Eileen says that pool cracked me up.
That was so fun. I did not see that coming. I did not. Like Logan Paul's like, "What's he doing in my pool?"
So, moving on from that, we have the Women's Championship, Bayley versus Piper Niven. Piper Niven, of course, Scottish. So heavy crowd for Piper Niven. Bayley.
I give Piper a lot of credit, man. She's good.
She looked really good. For me, that was the best I've seen Piper. So I thought she looked really, really good. That somersault, whatever the hell you want to call it, off the side of the ring on top of Bayley was awesome.
Amazing. Amazing.
If you would have told me 6 months ago that Piper Niven can do something like that, I'd call you a freaking liar.
Well, no, she's good. She's real good. She can go without a shadow of a doubt. She can go.
She looked absolutely good. She looked very good. Did you think that she had any chance of winning that match?
All right. Her being in hometown, yeah, I kind of did, but I knew they were going to give it. I knew Bayley wasn't going to lose it. It just didn't feel right.
Or let me rephrase that, Dave.
Go ahead.
Before the match, leading up to the match, did you think she had any chance of winning that match? No, right?
No.
So during the match, any point of that match, do you think she might do this?
Yeah, during the match, I did.
I felt the same exact way. Exact way. Beforehand, I'm like, she doesn't have a chance. No chance at all. Bayley's, they're horse right now. There's no way. But during that match, I'm like, shit, man, Piper might do this. I was pulling for Piper. I really was. I was Scottish for a second.
I can't pull for Piper. I can't pull for Piper. Don't get me wrong. I am a Bayley fig. I love Bayley. I think Bayley's great. But the ending was the best part of that match. The way she pinned her was great.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you know what? Also, she kind of gave some props um, to Piper. You know, Bailey as she's up the aisle there.
Well, she was giving her props before the match even started. Even in the promo, she was giving Piper all kinds of props.
But the way she pinned her, I don't know what did they call that move? She was basically caught up in a Samoan drop. It looked like, but they said she was able to use Piper's momentum to drop her on the back of her head.
Yeah,
you watch the replay, it kind of looked like that actually.
She got on her back and just pulled her backwards, and Piper just went with it. You know, it's kind of like
they had her rolled up, and give credit to I think it was referee Charles Robinson. I'm not really sure.
Very good. Yes, it was.
But
yes.
he was able to get around, and he actually got in position where you could see the shoulders, and he counted 1, 2, 3, and so
the shoulders were down.
That takes you back to the Randy Orton Gunther match, in my opinion, where the shoulder came up and the referee didn't call it, but you had Charles Robinson right there looking at it, so there's no way that was going to happen.
No, you might see that again though. That might be another rematch.
Eileen says, "What was with Bailey getting no pop or booze?" Well, and so I did hear them singing that song. You know, hey Bailey, won't you be my girl? But then it was quiet after that. Like it was.
That
has to do with who she was wrestling. If she was wrestling anybody else that wasn't Scottish, that wasn't from there, that wasn't a UK champion, NXT UK champion, I think any other person she might have gotten the pop. But because who she's wrestling, I think maybe that's what hindered any kind of pop or booze.
But it's kind of funny. Go back to SmackDown when Chelsea lost her match against Naomi, and you thought about it. And you're thinking, okay, maybe if Chelsea loses, Piper wins the next night, but it wasn't the case.
Yeah,
but I mean, sometimes they do that. Like your partner loses one night, you win the next.
Yeah,
you know. I thought to myself, maybe Piper does pull this off, but it wasn't going to happen.
Like Eileen said, but when Bailey came out, it was dead quiet. And I seriously, I think it's because of who she wrestled. I think it's because of who she wrestled. Again, if it was anybody else, I think she would have got the pop that most babyface champions do get.
Yep.
And I just think it's who she wrestled. If it was her and Shayna Baszler, let's say, or her, Io Sky again.
Right.
I think she gets the pop. Maybe I don't know. Io Sky is, she's
Io's very popular. Where's Io? Where's Io? Is she taking time off? What's going on?
No, she's been on. She's been an angry Io Sky, yelling all sorts of Japanese at people and wrecking.
Yeah, I haven't seen Io in a while. I don't know what's going on with that.
Wrecking dressing rooms like she's 1980s Motley freaking Crew, man. She's throwing shit around.
No, I'm an Io fan. I really am.
Io's enraged.
Io's great.
If you've not been up on Monday Night Raw storylines, Io is absolutely angry, and she's angry with her damage control teammates. Mm-hmm. She's angry at everybody. Just the Japanese coming out of that woman's mouth. I'm telling you, some of those are curse words, and we don't know it.
Yeah, now that you think about it, that's right. All right, going back to Monday night. Yes, I remember that now. I know.
All right, so Bailey retains, Dave.
Good for her. Definitely a B plus. I said B minus, B plus match. I'll give it there.
We got a comment here.
Okay.
From Cody Burris 678. It says not good for WWE Raw superstars because Mad Drew. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Have one angry,
pissed off Drew on Monday night. I'll tell you that right now.
And Cody, you lead us right into a perfect segue right into our final match here of the night that we're going to talk about. Damian Priest, the champion, against Drew McIntyre. But there's going to be somebody in some trouble on Monday Night Raw, and it might be the whole locker room because the dude is going to be
furious.
And I'll tell you, like you could see the disappointment in his face. Like I can't believe this, not now kind of thing. Like you got to be shitting me kind of thing.
I mean, kudos to Drew. And now I'm not a Drew fan by any stretch because you're more Drew than I am. That's for sure. But Drew, being in his hometown, put on a great show, put on a great match, had to win. If the ref's not knocked out, we get it. He would have been champion without a doubt. But you kind of knew Punk was going to get in the way somewhere, somehow.
Well, and we got Eileen commenting here said I did not think Priest was coming out of there as a champ. Neither did I. I didn't think so either.
See, I did. I did. The only reason I say that is because Drew got his pop. Drew got he got it. He got the fans into it. He got to in Scotland. That was kind of like that's your moment. But winning the title wasn't going to be it. That just wasn't there.
Probably too soon for Priest to lose it after WrestleMania yet, but
exactly.
Watching that match, it's the same thing with Piper Niven and Bayley. Going into that match, I'm like, maybe not. You know, maybe Drew won't win. Maybe it's Priest. But then watching that match, I'm like, oh, Drew's gonna win this freaking match. And I tell you, I was so invested in this match. Both guys did a great job. It was a great match. I was so invested in this match. Like my heart jumped out. I thought McIntyre was gonna win a couple times. I'm like I am so into this freaking match. I couldn't believe it. And
but think about this, big man. Go back to this. When that referee got knocked out and he Claiborne Priest, did you really think he's going to win?
No, with the referee knocked out, no. Obviously.
Okay,
not.
gotcha.
But when you seen the referee shirt coming down the aisle, I'm like, you're going to get at least a false finish out of it. But then you got 1, 2, and I'm like he didn't kick out. I'm looking like that referee's wearing long black sleeves. Like, God damn,
I knew exactly who it was when he came in. I'm like, it's Punk.
Cody Burns says, "Watch out, Raw superstars 100%, 100."
Oh, he's gonna. If I'm at Raw, I'm leaving. I'm not even going near Drew. No.
Eileen said they screwed him last time. I didn't think they'd screw him again. It was a great match. No interference by Judgment. And so that was the other thing I brought up actually in our group chat, or did I say it on X? I might have said it on X. Where was our group chat? I don't remember. But I said their Judgment Day was barred from ring. But do we see Carlitos? Carlitos not an.
You said that on group chat. You put in the group chat.
He wasn't an official member of Judgment Day. So I was kind of surprised we didn't see Carlito.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. When Punk came out, I'm a big CM Punk guy as well. I love both those wrestlers, so I'm excited for this feud because I'll tell you what, this feud was at 10. You know, in Scotland, this kicked it up to 20 now. This kicked that shit up to 20. I cannot wait to see this match. And I knew we were going to eventually see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. The way I thought Drew McIntyre was going to win this match was to add a little bit more fire to make him and Punk a title match. But you don't need that with those guys. You don't need that. No, absolutely don't need that. And
go back to the match. The match itself was great, without a doubt. It was a great match. Both of them, put on a good show. I thought its ankle was done when it hit that rope.
Dave, I got sweetness. I really did. I thought he broke his leg.
I did too.
I'm like, there's no way that was planned. I'm like, there's no way that was planned. Absolutely not.
Nope.
And he's hanging upside down like that. I'm like, he's hurt. And then Drew started hitting him. Like, okay, maybe he's not hurt.
Right.
And they're trying to get him out, and Drew's like, I can't win this way. We have to get him out of it so I can pin him in the ring. And he's right. He's 100% right. And they couldn't get it undone, so they actually picked Drew up and it twisted back. And then Drew played it off perfectly. And he has said on, I don't know if it was the press conference afterwards or if it was on Twitter, but he said his ankle's not feeling good right now, but he's good to go yet. So I'm like I don't want to have another champion go out there and relinquish the title because of a stupid ass injury.
Because of an injury. Yeah, I get it.
Day, I'm a big mommy guy. I'm a mommy's kid, mommy's son. There, I guess you want to call it. Mommy's boy. I'm a mommy's boy.
Mommy.
That's what I'm trying to say. And you can't have another Judgment Day member go out,
right?
And give up the title like that. And if Damian Priest went out with Mommy still being out, Jesus Christ, who would run the Judgment Day? Would it be Dirty Dom?
No, maybe. That's a great question. It wouldn't be JD McDonough. I tell you that right now.
And so Eileen says, yes, once he got into the ring, they didn't show his face. I knew it was CM Punk. And so that's the thing. Like the camera angle was a perfect camera angle because they didn't show the face.
Oh, they angled it perfectly.
I'm watching count 1, 2, and then he went like this, and then he went like this. I'm like, wait a second. He's wearing long black sleeves. And then you can see the slick back hair. I'm like, motherfucking CM Punk.
But when I saw the slick back hair, I knew it was Punk right away. I'm like, it's Punk.
I was watching the hand, but then I seen the hair, and
it was perfect. The way they did it was good. He just
stayed sitting there smiling at Drew.
Yeah.
And then Drew grabbed him, and Punk, unfortunately went to the man zone.
Right. I don't know why. See that kind of like got to me. Him doing that because you turn around, you see Priest, and he takes Punk and he drives him against the ring, against turnbuckle. You're thinking, oh, great, here we go. And Punk sits there and knees him in the nuts. Why? What did that do?
To incapacitate. Oh, what the hell's that going to do to anybody, David? Put you down, man.
I get it, but it kind of reminded me of a match I saw a while back. I think it was, I want to say AJ Styles. I was in Jersey.
I think you're right. I think it was AJ Styles. With the
he needs somebody, and it was kind of like the same thing. That took me back to that match when he did it. I was like, come on.
We don't know where Punk's status is, if he's cleared yet or not, or what's going on with his rehab. So without having that physicality, how are you going to incapacitate an 8-foot-tall Mad Scotsman? You kick him in the crotch.
Well, he said in the press conference, as long as I'm breathing, that Drew McIntyre will not be champion. So, okay.
I tell you what.
He's eating donuts during the press conference. He's like, anybody want a donut? He had a box full of donuts.
I seen the picture of that. Cody Burris says, Raw superstar, stay away from Big Bad Drew. He is.
Yep.
I can't wait till Monday night to see what happens with Drew McIntyre.
I could say if they let's put it this way: if they start out with Drew on the show, look out.
Yeah. Oh, I'd imagine they probably will. You think?
He could be in the ring, literally, like put him in the ring and like before the show even starts, and like, ladies and gentlemen, Drew McIntyre back.
I wonder if they're still in Scotland on Monday night.
I don't know where they are.
Probably not, because they have a Sunday as a travel.
I don't think they're in Scotland. No, I don't think so.
They're probably traveling back to the States then.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they said it, but I don't remember what they said.
But I'm interested to see what they do with Priest. See if he wrestles or not for the next couple of weeks. I wonder if his ankle is actually hurt. You know what I mean?
But the one part of that match I did like is when Drew turns around and sees Punk and he put the number 2 up. That was great. Yeah. That was classic.
And then Punk. Punk has to be careful with that crowd. You don't know who's friend or foe. You have guys flipping him the bird. Then you have guys with CM Punk's shirt. And he's trying to get with them a little bit. Shaking their hands or giving them high fives. Then you have the guy right behind him flipping him the bird.
What's up with Wade Barrett? CM Punk should be fired from WWE. Dude, you should be gone by WWE.
I love Wade Barrett. I'm a big Wade Barrett fan too. I wish he was still wrestling. First off,
Bad News Barrett. No.
It seems like Wade Barrett has a little bit of an accent, so maybe
United Kingdom. Nexus Dave, Barrett, no.
United Kingdom, Wade Barrett, kind of like you know what I mean? So they're all connected.
I'm afraid I have some bad news. Okay, whatever.
I like Wade Barrett.
I didn't mind him.
Barrett I thought was funny, but I thought Wade Barrett was very good in the ring. I thought he was tough. I liked his physicality. I liked NXT Wade Barrett. I like that.
See, I like. Well, if we go NXT, I love watching that. But I think Booker's better than Barrett. I just do.
Jesus Christmas, Texas for Monday Night Raw. You think they could have went somewhere closer, like hit Texas or something like that on the way home? Christ,
where in Texas are they?
Texas? It's like a
Austin
45-hour flight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where in Texas. Texas is a big state.
I was about to say, are they in Dallas? Are they in Austin? Where are they?
The one NWO shirt made me chuckle. I did not see what was with the NWO shirt.
I didn't see it. I might have missed that.
So real quick, Dave. So that's all the matches from Clash at the Castle. Some surprises, some great matches. You gave it a B plus.
A B plus. I give the show a B plus. The only reason I give it a B plus is because of the tag team titles changing. I think that was a big that part of the show was a very big part that Jade and Bianca, nobody saw that coming. I know I did.
I went B minus. All the matches were really good. There wasn't a clunker. No. I wasn't a big fan of the Sammy Gable match. Doesn't mean it wasn't a good match. It was a good match. But otherwise, it was a good pay-per-view. It did what it had to do. That was it. It served its purpose. You got a foreign PLE, premium live event.
I mean, and Drew got his show. That's what he wanted. Win or lose, he still got what he wanted. I mean, in Scotland, he had his crowd. He came out, place great nuts, and the crowd was into it the whole night. So you can't,
Did you say grape nuts?
I said he had the crowd was. No, I did.
I could have sworn you said grape nuts. I'm like,
no. I said no,
right.
no.
I misheard. Dave, it's cool.
I said Drew got what he wanted, and that was great for him. Happy for him.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't win the title, but he still got what he wanted.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to add to this before we get out of here, Dave? We're
Um,
2 hours strong here right now.
I thought the show was really good. Our guest tonight was great. I really
Absolutely.
appreciated
Antonio,
him.
big shout out to Antonio
Antonio,
Laugginger.
he was phenomenal tonight, and I think this is one of the best shows we've done in a long time.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree, Dave. Barring the whole sound issue, we made it work, right? I was your
Oh, I couldn't
interpreter.
understand why you couldn't hear me. I was having trouble with that. I don't
It's
get that part.
again, we'll figure it out. It could be an iPhone
Right?
Galaxy thing. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know
leave a
either.
comment.
I'm just glad you heard me and you could translate it to him, because every time you try to talk, I tried to talk over him, couldn't do it.
There we go. Happy birthday to the old wise man, Paul Spencer. Turns 53 years young today. Happy birthday, big man. Wish nothing but the best, Mr. Fuji 2.0.
Mr. Fuji's 53. Wow.
That's today. That's Sunday today, Father's Day.
Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's Day to all you guys out there now.
Yeah.
It's now past midnight. It's 12:00 something or rather
1206. 1206.
12:06.
Yes.
So absolutely happy birthday, Paul. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
Yes.
I'm included in that. Dave, you are a father.
I am too. Yes, I am. Yeah. Last I checked.
Cody says Drew's going to ruin Monday Night Raw this Monday.
He possibly could.
He's going to ruin some folk, I tell you that. Eileen says, happy birthday, Paul. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eileen. Appreciate that.
So yeah, but Paul, our creator here, he's our head man.
Guy.
He's the guy that makes all this all these wonderful overlays.
He's the guy, that's for sure.
He keeps the ball rolling here at Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. And yeah, happy birthday, brother. Nothing but great wishes and
the big 5'3".
I'm kind of hoping you mail me a piece of cake from Johnstown over to
that'd be nice.
That'd be all right. To Pottsville,
Sure.
Pennsylvania here. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do our sponsor read, Dave, before we get out of here, so we can get out of here.
And you were happy with pay-per-view?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a B minus. Like I said, there wasn't a clunker there. Yeah, I'd watch it again. It's very good.
Okay.
Of course, we have Jason Fine, attorney Big Al. You can reach Big Al at 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Jason Fine specializes in motor vehicle accidents, slip and falls, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. He has 3 office locations conveniently located throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. His office in New Jersey is located in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 3 Greensward Lane, and the phone number there is 856-209-5258. And in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the offices are located at 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900. The phone number there is 412-365-8151. And in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the offices are located at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120. The phone number there is 267-888-2980. That's Jason Fine, attorney Big Al.
Big Al.
All right, Dave, tell the people out there in podcast land where they can find you at this week.
Actually, I think we'll be doing. You can find me Tuesday night. I'll be doing the extra innings with Sully. I think 7:00 to 8. Talking Major League Baseball, which we love to do, and it's starting to heat up, guys. Yeah, we're getting in June, July, and August, and the divisions are starting to heat up. So you can catch me Tuesday night, 7:00, MLB, extra innings. You can actually catch me Wednesday night. I will be. I'm not sure if we're doing the 215 boys or not. But if we are, it'll be 9:30 Wednesday night, talking Dallas Cowboy football, which I know you love. Cowboy fans out there, we're having a great time with Dak, and really they sign him, and who knows what's going on with that. And, of course, Friday nights with my main man, Ken. Big man, we'll be talking WWE wrestling on the Atomic Drive podcast. You catch me up. And actually, Saturday nights at 10:00, I will be there, and hopefully my partner will be with me.
Saturday night, yes.
Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday night.
This upcoming Saturday night, we'll stay tuned for the time, because if I do go to the AXW event, we might push the time back to 10:30.
That's fine.
I could also give I can give a breakdown a little bit of the what happened on AXW. So
yeah.
And if you're like, what the hell is AXW? If you missed the beginning of the show, go back and watch it. We had Antonio Laugginger,
yes,
from AXW, the AXW co-owner, American Excellence Wrestling. So go back and check that out. Great interview we had with Antonio. Thankful so much that he was able to hop on with us. And right here. There we go. As Antonio. So excited he was able to hop on with us, and looking forward to having him back. We're going to try to make this a monthly thing where we have him back every month to talk about his upcoming shows.
I thought he was great.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
Really
he was awesome. Great interview. Yep. But you can catch me Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., the Bat Cave. Next Thursday, I should be on next Thursday, 10 a.m. with the Silver and Black Lair LA Kings. Next Friday, Silver and Black Lair, Las Vegas Raiders.
Hey, and, your Mets actually won today. So there you go.
And I'll tell you, the Mets have won, I think, 4 or 5 in a row now, buddy.
Well, some starting to play some baseball there. There you
Lock the women and children up, but they're undefeated since scrimmage throughout the first pitch. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't jinx them now.
It's been put out there by so many different people, and Grimace has been the key all along. We just didn't know that. Now we know it.
Now you know.
Now we know. Go ahead.
Is Pete staying or going? What do you think?
Man, I don't know. I'm so bummed out about the whole situation. I'm a huge Pete Alonso fan. I was wearing my son's last T-ball game. I was actually wearing my Pete Alonso jersey today. I was like, I don't know how much longer I can wear the damn thing, so I might as well throw it on now and get it out there.
You might as well wear it as much as you can.
I better. I'm gonna wear it till it starts falling off, I guess.
You can always bring the Keith Hernandez. You can always bring the Keith Hernandez jersey out.
I don't have a Keith Hernandez jersey. Actually, our boy Joe Sullivan, your co-host on MLB Extra Innings, actually sent me a Keith Hernandez jersey, but it's like a small or a medium. There ain't no way I'll ever fit into that.
Gotcha.
Actually, I want to put it up on the wall here. I should I have to readjust my podcasting area so you can see it. But I want to put it up on the wall to get it out there because I have nothing of the Mets there that you can see.
Did I say Keith Hernandez? I meant Jesse Orozco. Sorry, my fault.
Jesse, I don't have a Jesse Orozco jersey either. I used to be honest with you, when I played, I think it was RBI baseball or something like that on Nintendo. I used to use Jesse Orozco a lot. He was a hell of a pitcher.
There you go.
RBI
yes, he was.
So I was,
good reliever.
Orozco.
Good closer.
Paul Spencer puts it out there Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. inside the Octagon talking UFC. So be sure you don't miss that as well. You also have the Sully Squad Monday night talking Philadelphia sports.
I was just going to say Sully Squad 6 o'clock Monday night.
6 o'clock on Mondays. Tuesday MLB Extra Innings at 7 o'clock, right? 7.
Yep.
Wednesday 10 a.m. You have the Bat Cave with myself. Then later on, we don't know yet. 9:30. Paul, if you're still watching, are you guys doing?
Could be 2 and 5. I'll talk to him about that when I get a chance.
I'm not sure. Commander's Gridiron.
That's Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. It's usually after. That's after Extra Innings.
So that's usually after Extra Innings. Is that weekly, Dave? Do you know if that's weekly?
I don't think it's weekly. I want to say every maybe 2 or 3 weeks, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Paul, is that yes, meaning that you guys are doing 215 boys? Throw another yes out there so I know. Yeah, we're putting a schedule together so you guys can see. And also daily, I've been trying to do this. Paul's going to hop in and help out a little bit with it. Putting out, all right, here we go. Commander's Gridiron is this week. Yes.
This week. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And Dem 215.
Okay. So I guess we're on Wednesday night. Okay.
We got a full week here, but in the mornings around anywhere between 9 and 10 a.m., I've been doing out of the box sports box scores where I read off the scores for the night before.
I've been seeing that. Yeah.
I took this past week off because I a bunch of different things. I had a couple of days off in the middle of the week. We went away and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm just going to take the whole week off from doing that. We'll kick it back off again this week, and we'll try to do it as often as possible during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, myself or Paul. One of us will more than likely do it. If not, then open.
We just giving out scores and information, or what?
Yeah, just giving out the scores and reading some box scores. So and so had the big hit. Winning pitcher was so and so. 6 innings pitched. 5 hits, no runs, whatever.
Gotcha.
It's a 10-15 minute show. Check it out. It is what it is. It's just reading sports scores. That's all it is. You want to throw
nothing wrong with that.
If you want to throw comments out, I'll still read your comments. And if there's anything you want to discuss, throw it out there, and we'll wrap about it. That's
actually a good thing because some people don't when they don't look at this box score stuff. They come with you and they see it, gives them information. What they're I like that.
All right, so that's it, buddy.
Great show, my friend.
Absolutely fantastic show. So we got a new closing here, so I'm excited to see this closing. So I'd like to thank everybody for checking the show out. And Dave, take us home, brother.
Let me talk to you. Yeah, you're the best show, the greatest wrestling show, the Atomic Drop Podcast. Let me talk to you. See ya.
Peace.